What a crazy ass Sunday. That was 15 plus hours of football. If you watched it all, which I did, about 2 hours of sleep going into it. It was wild. It was fun. Got a tie game to end it. Man, I am fried. But I'm also excited to talk about it. Hopefully you can keep me company because I need some company here. Story, too tired. What's going on, Mark? Too tired to join me. So it's me again. It's just me. But I was tired. I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to fucking do it. I got a drink. I can't say if it's a beer or not. I don't want to get in trouble. You know, it's a fucking beer. Maybe about 3 more of these. Anyways. Blake says today sucks. Tell me about it, bro. I'll sum it up for you. I have Drake London in 6 leagues. I had only faced Drake London 1 time the previous 3 weeks. I was against him 8 times, which makes no sense. In 25 leagues, that was 14 of the leagues. I had 6. I was against him 8. In George Pickens, I have him 5 times. I was against him 6 times. Like, no, there's no world of those players I have that many shares of. Should I be going against more than I have them? And of course, on the day they go off, like finally go off. So, you know, I want to root for my guys, but like, and it's so hard for me like to root against my guys when I'm going against them more than I have them. Fucking wild, man. Just in general, the game, you know, the European game, it's a long day. It's a long day. They just shove this shit down our throat and we can't stop. We're like a whore. We're going to take it. We're going to suck it down, and we're going to enjoy it, actually. 40-40 tie there. Jerry Jones, I can't believe he survived that game. I thought he was going to die. Well, yeah, Pickens is great, man. Pickens look good. Brock Bowers ain't very good, man. He looks very, very depleted right now. And as a guy that bet on him, he just doesn't move the same right now. That knee injury is a thing. And the Geno thing we thought was an upgrade, right? It's not an upgrade because Geno Smith's bad, and he does not look for his tight ends. He looks for Trey Tucker. And obviously, apparently, Ashton Genty now. Just a weird day all around. I'm going to hit you guys with the intro. Got a couple big things for you, and then we're going to get to questions. All right, I'm going to get to my 2 big things. Answer a couple questions first. Oh, and Lamar. Yeah. Well, Derrick Henry, though. How about Derrick Henry, man? Is he even playing? Is he even playing football? He's spending all the time on the bench. They're not running the ball. It's just fucking wild. I hate it. I wish I had that Waterboy clip. I'm going to get you 2 big things here, and we're going to move forward with questions. First thing, it's got to be the Ravens. It's got to be Derrick Henry. It's got to be Lamar. Lamar being hurt. They have a pretty easy schedule going forward. But, man, he doesn't look the same. He like, athletically, he looks a step slow. DF says I look poor. What's up, Ryan? Poor is a relative term, I guess, man. You know, I have internet, so it doesn't make me poor, does it? Anyways, Lamar does not look the same. They apparently don't want to play Derrick Henry. Like, can anyone in here explain to me why he's not playing? Like, he doesn't. Derrick Henry looks the same. He looks the same. Look earlier in the year. He looks fine. This is a freaking $100 polo, you prick. What do you want me to do, man? Wear a suit? That's uncomfortable, DF. So I'm distracted by DF. Like Supreme. What are you? Like an emo dude or something? Explain to me what you want me to wear. I mean, I'd prefer to do this thing naked, but they won't let me. So I can't do it naked, unfortunately. Hold on a second. Doing this. All right, we're good. Leafy, good point, dude. Good point. See, the ones that dress dress nice usually can't afford it, right? The ones that have nice cars can't afford it. So I guess my question to you guys is, what do we do with Derrick Henry? Because you can't trade him. Like, I'm not trading him for pennies in the dollar. And I have him in, 3 or 4 leagues. And I'm not panicking, but if he's not going to see the field, like if they're just pulling him off and 2nd and 8, which third downs, I get it. We're talking 2nd and 8. It's fucking wild. What do you think about the trade? A trade of DK and Tyreek for JSN. Too much. I love JSN, but that's too much, man. DK showed out. He showed us what he is, right? He is still Aaron Rodgers' number 1 target. Like, dude, who else is athletic as DK, man? He's gonna get to work. So Tyreek sucks, but he's still a startable guy. And I love JSN, but that's probably too much. I'd say in a shallow league, I like it. In a deep league, I don't. Let's see here. We got Matt C. Hey, fellas, in a half PPR league, just traded away Keenan Ibuka and Scatabo for Amon-Ra Rashad White. So essentially, Keenan, Ibuka, and Scatabo. That is a fuckload. How many teams are in this league? I mean, Amon-Ra is like probably one of the best players in fantasy right now and going forward, but that's just too much, bro. Like, I'm not a big Keenan fan, but Ibuka and Scatabo is probably fair, and he got a free Keenan. If it's a 10-teamer, I'm in. If it's a 12-teamer, I'm out on that one. Oh, Leafy, dude. Ross is fucking dope, man. You get some good stuff at Ross. Like, it's inconsistent, right? Like, sometimes you just walk out of there with nothing and they think you're stealing. And you just want to be like, dude, no, you had shit here. Sometimes they have a haul, though. So, yeah, Ross is dress for less, I believe, is their slogan. You would think, Mark, that if Lamar will be out, like the fact he left that game, yes, it was a 17-point game, but it was like middle of the third quarter. So the Ravens could come back in that game. Now, it didn't look great, but he must have really fucked up his hammy. And, all of us early in the year was like, most people were drafting Josh Allen first ahead of Lamar. What's up, Steve? But now, like, the reason I did it was just because Josh Allen's never missed a game in his career. And Lamar tends to miss 3 or 4 games every other. And like, that's a tiebreaker for me because Josh Allen's going to be available. The best ability is availability. And that's what Josh Allen has. Sutton and Keon Coleman are my wide receiver 1 and 2 next week. Keon will be fine. Hey, man, as a Cowboys fan, it's better than a loss, right? It's better than a loss because that's typically what you guys get. And that's what you should have had. I can't believe this game. It was brutal, bro. Before that 2-point conversion return, like that game looked like it was going to get out of hand fast. How about DK and Tyreek for CD? If you have a good record, you could do that. But right now, CD's out for 3 weeks, man. And if you can get JMO, yeah. 49ers, dude, they are like beat to shit. Like Juwan Jennings can barely even stay on the field. Ricky Pearsall's hurt. Kittle's still not back yet. CMC will get hurt. Brock Purdy's playing hurt. Nick Bosa's out for the year. They're 3-1, but they are hanging on by a fucking thread right now. I mean, Pablo, they are, but until like when the Ravens click, they're like the most unbeatable team, at least in the regular season. But their defense, what did they say? They had 6 starters. They're missing 6 starters right now. So the Ravens are depleted on defense. You have banged up Lamar. They're 1-3. Derrick Henry, they're not using him, and Mark Andrews ain't the same player. So, what's up, Dom? Yeah, the Cowboys should have won that game. Like they should have like been blown out maybe early in the year or early in the game, and then they came back to like be the favorites in that game for the end of the fourth quarter, and then should have scored a tutty there. They didn't score a tutty. That I can't believe there was 1 second on the clock, man. If that ball didn't hit that linebacker in the back, that clock runs out. That's terrible, terrible time management from the Packers. Yeah, man, Malik's rough, bro. Unfortunately, it's one thing if you drafted him. I just traded for him before the week. So that actually hurts more because like I actively traded for a dude that's now fucking dead. It's all good. Trust me. That one was early. That was over before it started, at least like before the middle of the first quarter. I don't know. I guess he wasn't going to throw the ball. I thought that was a high number. Hey, he only beat it by 15, Steve. That was he's real athletic, man. I knew he was athletic. I didn't think that was gonna be the game plan though. Dom, what's going on with the Packers D? The pass rush wasn't there, and they don't have any lockdown corners. So I don't know if what we were seeing early in the year. I think they're between what we saw early in the year and what we saw tonight. I think they're still a top 5 defense. I spent a lot of fab, which is stupid on a defense. I did because I was 0-3 in a league, and I spent I was 0-2, and I spent it last week because they had the Browns. Pretty silly move. Don't ever do that, actually. Dumb. I mean, now with Neighbors out, like I picked up Dart in a bunch of spots in my Superflex leagues, but without Neighbors, he's throwing to fucking bums, dude. Like he's throwing to fucking Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson and Theo Johnson, who I kind of like. So what do you have, 120 yards passing? So I don't know if you can really. I wouldn't drop either of them. I would roll with Danny Dimes and Dak, honestly. Dak's fine. That defense is trash, bro. Like, they gave up 40 points tonight. That's what they do. Dak played amazing. Dak's a pro, man. He's a top 12 quarterback. People hate on him for the contract, but, like, dude, he didn't write the contract. And here's the point. Teams have to sign those guys because if you don't sign those guys, someone else is going to pay them. And then you're going to be stuck in, like, where the Browns are at right now. And, like, you have to pay, like, 30-year-old franchise quarterbacks. So it's been pretty wild, Leafy, all around every week. My wife keeps on saying this to me, and I'm like, every week's crazy in the NFL. And I'm looking back, it does seem crazy. Inconsistent play. Guys coming out of nowhere, again, like Quentin Johnston, like we're going to talk about in a second from Mark's comment. Not coming out of nowhere, but in terms of where we drafted them, Javonte Williams, that are continuing to perform, which is just like, at this point, it's a trend, right? It's not like 1 week, okay, 2 weeks, all right, 3 weeks, prove it, 4 weeks. We're looking at a fourth of the season, and they're still performing. So Quentin Johnston, yes, he is that dude, man. He's like DK Metcalf out there, but actually putting up stats. And so the panic meter on Ladd, 1 catch, bro, 1 catch. And week 3, he ran 70 routes or some shit. He played 70 snaps and ran like 52 routes and had 40 yards receiving. So it's not good. I don't know. He's not any worse of a player is the weird thing. Like, he's not worse than he used to be. I just think they're just not utilizing that portion of the field, the underneath stuff. It's just literally like Herbert's either scrambling or chucking it downfield, or he's targeting Keenan Allen from the Y roll. Because, like, Ladd's playing the slot, which is like the good role. That's what you want Ladd to play. So it's strange, man. I'm not panicked as much. I would buy low on Ladd right now because obviously you're tied into a good offense. They're not going to be able to run the ball very much because they're missing both their tackles. Joe Alt's gone. He's gone. He has a high ankle sprain. He's gone 3 or 4 weeks. Now it's going to be tough to defend, to protect him as in Justin Herbert. But they're not going to be able to run the ball as well as they'd like to. They aren't running the ball much anyway. So I think Ladd's a buy low. It's hard, though. If you have him, what do? You can't bench him, right? Like, who are you going to bench him for? I have Cardinals and defense and Eagles. Eagles defense is legit. Now Quentin Johnston is showing that. And what's funny is last year, man, me and Story, because he was going wide receiver 70 last year in drafts. I took Quentin Johnston everywhere in best ball, and I was advocating for Quentin Johnston because coming out of the NFL draft, he had Quentin Johnston as his wide receiver 1. I had Quentin Johnston as my wide receiver 8, which was a little bit too much hate. Everyone had him as their 1. I was like, he can't catch. He's raw. He's going to be a project. And then everything turned where everyone in the fantasy community was like, Quentin Johnston sucks. He's not even an NFL player. And I was like, I kind of like him. Wide receiver 70. And he had 8 touchdowns last year, but it was like a roller coaster. And then he ended the year in that playoff game with 8 targets and 0 catches or whatever. And I didn't draft enough of them. I didn't draft any of them in redraft just because Trey Harris was a thing. Ladd is a thing. They signed Keenan. And now he's like is he a must start? Well, we thought so. They're also not targeting him. I guess he had 5 targets today, 1 catch, 5 or 6 targets. Jason says a Mecca rookie of the year. Well, Genty had a nice game today. But honestly, if Jackson Dart, if they win some games with what Russell Wilson showed there, and they were like hapless, it could be Jackson Dart. Honestly, who had Mark? Who had 13 targets today? Was that Quentin Johnston? Yeah, Diggs went good, did really well. What was the news on Mixon? I didn't read that. I haven't looked at Roto World like since probably 3:00 since the afternoon games. Did they say he's like progressing? I mean, hey, good for QJ, bro. Like he got too much hate. It was just like the thing is he got drafted. It's not like he got drafted top 5 either. It was like the 17th pick or 18th pick. It wasn't like he was a top 5 pick. But yeah, he was a hateable guy just because, like, in terms of the community, because he just couldn't catch, and there were egregious drops. Kind of how Marvin Harrison's playing now, right? Yeah, he was a stud. TCU's had bad history with receivers, man, coming out. So the thing about Quentin Johnston was his measurables actually weren't as good as like where he was drafted, because he was like a 4.5 guy. Granted, he's huge, but it wasn't like he was, like Brian Thomas has better measurables. Dante Thornton has better measurables. So it wasn't like he was like this ultimate freak show DK Metcalf type. He was just like a pretty good player that just was raw. And that now we're seeing that they're using him right. That's the point. Like he's in a good team with a good coaching staff. So, but Dom, I think we're getting to the point where at Quentin Johnston, like the line now is you start Quentin Johnston or Ladd McConkey, and it just seems like Quentin Johnston's the play. Yeah, man, Quinshon Judkins. I think we have to say wave bye-bye to Dylan Sampson, and I'll play this clip one more time, but we have to wave bye-bye to him.
I want to talk to Sampson. Fly me to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
Ford's not seeing the field. No one's seeing the field but Quinshon Judkins, and he looks good, and the defense is good. So, damn, 13 targets for Quentin. That's wild, bro. So, like, he's efficient, and he's getting targets right now, and he's pretty much a game breaker. So, Big Bando TV traded Neighbors and Garrett Wilson in a 2026 second. I feel like I had to do it. It still hurts. What do y'all think? Well, you got Garrett Wilson. So, yeah, Neighbors for Garrett. Yeah, you got Garrett Wilson. You're fine. Yeah, Neighbors out for the year, man. Like, it's official. He gone. How about these rookie running backs? That was going to be my second big thing, was these rookie running backs in a matter of 2 weeks going from like full panic mode outside of RJ Harvey, which we haven't seen him play. Maybe he'll have a big game too. Travion Henderson played a little bit more, but not enough. But the other guys, Hampton, Genty, Judkins, like now they're all lead backs. And yeah, Monty had a bad game. They scored some points. It was not a great game for the Lions offense. Like Jamison Williams, what the hell are we doing with Jamison Williams? Yeah, nobody wants to talk to Sampson now. I don't know what we're doing with Jamison Williams, because he's playing a lot of snaps, and it's not like Tesla's like taking his role. It's just like so inconsistent. I think it is, Tim. I think it is, bro. This was a game script that was built for Nick Chubb, right? They're winning the game. Woody Marks, you think, is going to play more in a game they're losing, or they're having to like run a lot of pass plays. But like he was doing it in a game they were up by 20 points, and they shut him out. So Woody Marks is the number one there, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm a Nick Chubb guy. I was a Nick Chubb guy going in this year. I thought he was value. I thought he was a 0 RB build guy where you could just get 9, 10, 12 points from him. It's Woody Marks season, baby. I only have a couple shares of him, unfortunately. Hustle says, how cooked am I? Neighbors is hurt. My other wide receivers are Sutton, Jacoby, Godwin, Waddle, and Judy. Sutton, Jacoby, Waddle. It's not great. Godwin got a lot of work, but if you watch the game, Godwin looked terrible, bro. Godwin can't jump. He can't like move laterally anymore. I know it was his first game back. I think they might have brought him back too early, most likely because of the Mike Evans injury. Let me know if you guys watched that game, because Chris Godwin looked terrible. It was fucking rough, bro. So maybe he'll round into form at some point, but like the targets were nice in that game. They had to throw a bunch, but like it looks terrible. Leafy has Tyreek. My opponent has A-Chain. These two determine who wins. You're up by 10. You're probably fine, dude. Up by 10. Tyreek will still get you like 12 points. So as long as he doesn't break off a long one. And, like the thing is, A-Chain's not really getting the goal line work right now. So if he doesn't score on a reception or like a long carry, he's not scoring. It's going to be a rotation for a while, man, in terms of the Patriots backfield. Like it's just give Travion Henderson the work, because the other guys suck. God, Puka, dude. He's the only man I know that can score 26 fantasy points in PPR without scoring a touchdown, like with ease. The guy's the shit, man. The injury concerns are real. He plays fucking super hard, but like we just saw neighbors get hurt. We saw CeeDee Lamb get hurt. So like everyone has injury concerns. Everyone can get hurt. He's the shit. He is the shit. Logan is up by 6.1. I have Brees. My opponent has Chase Brown. Well, at least you have the lead. If you were down by a point or it was tied, I'd be a little more worried. I still give you a 60% chance. Exactly, dude. That's a good word. Godwin looked geriatric. That's I was trying to look for some kind of word. Like he there was a couple plays where he tried to jump and it like reminded me of like John Elway. Remember the helicopter play when like he was like decrepit and like 36 and Artie was like beat up? Like he can't move. And that's a problem. So a Mecca season, baby. I like Chubb's name. Reminds me of a wiener. Yeah, it does. A chubby wiener too. So the thing is, Godwin's going to be force-fed targets right now because there's nobody else there. Ooh, you have CMC, Cook, and Taylor. Feels great. Yeah, man. I don't know if you saw, but Taylor had a terrible holding call against the offensive line. Would have been another 50-yard touchdown, a beautiful 50-yard touchdown too, which would have made him again a top 5 play this week. Yeah, he's a shit. He's the RB1, I think, going forward, and especially in half PPR. Mark says Garden Gnome, which we know as Kyler Murray, or Dart rest of season. I think it's still Kyler. If Neighbors was playing, I'd say Dart, but like now you're looking at scrubs. Like you got nobody. I don't know, man. Go watch the film, man. On Godwin, go watch the film because it's awful. Like I wouldn't want Godwin. If I had him, I'd wait for him to catch a touchdown, have a good game, and trade him. Cobra, I am down 11. I have Hill and against Waddle. You just got to hope for a deep bomb. You get one deep bomb from Hill, and then you're all square, and now you go the rest of the game. But thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. And yeah, Matthew Golden, man, like that was such a nice start for him. And then like that's the problem. He's not on the field a lot. So, Dave was on here talking about Matthew Golden, and after that first play, I was like, Dave's right. Matthew Golden's going to be something. He got a carry again, typical carry. But, like, it's Romeo Doubs. It's still Dontavian Wicks. It's Tucker Kraft. It's the running backs. You need 25 from A-Chain. Is it full PPR, P? If it's full PPR, I think you're all right, man. Well, what's funny, Post, is we were just I was talking about the Jonathan Taylor, like, touchdown that he had that got called back. Guess who the hold was on? It was on the hell's his name? Why am I Adonai Mitchell. It was on Adonai Mitchell. That's the dude that dropped the ball. So he dropped the touchdown that was 7 points, and they gave the ball to the other team, and then had the holding call that took JT's 50-yard touchdown off the board. So he cost them 14 points, bro. I like Adonai Mitchell, but that was the reason he was drafted in the second round, not the first round, out of Texas. Good player, knucklehead. No, dude, Kraft should have had 2 touchdowns, man. P, you're in standard with that. A-Chain's probably not getting 25, but you could hope for like 140 yards. But no, Kraft should have had 2 touchdowns. Like it's 100%. Steve is I'm against JT and Kraft in my league, and I have Pickens. Well, just the fact that JT had the touchdown called back. Kraft had one that was tackled on the half-yard line, and the other one he hit the pylon, but he was like his elbow was down, right? You saw. Like, sucks for me. I have Kraft everywhere, and like, I was also against Kraft in like 3 or 4, but I have him in like 11. So watching that just hurt my soul because all I care about though as a Kraft owner is that Kraft looks good. Like Bowers does not look like he's back to his former self after the knee injury. Kraft looks pretty much the same, and he's playing every snap. And I'm telling you, if Bowers played, I want to say like 80% of the snaps. But had Michael Mayer been active in that game, you could have seen Bowers would have been playing 66, 70%. And Bowers is a bust, bro. Like, he's going to be a bust all year because he is not the same player right now. His knee injury. Mayer's going to eat into his thing, and Geno Smith sucks. So, Blake, I have not looked into this yet, but I think what I'm pissed about is I didn't bet on the fucking game, Sunday night game. And I had 3 in mind, and they all would have hit. It was Pickens, it was Kraft, and it was Josh Jacobs, just for yards. And they all hit, of course. Didn't do it. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring game, man. And it was 80 points. So Couldn't have been more wrong. On a little cold stretch, so I'm gonna take one. I took a 1-game breather, which would have been a dub, but we live and learn. Gino's gonna lead the league in picks for sure. They have, yeah, I get you, Mark, but currently he is a great X receiver, and they have no one else to play that position. Steve says McBride, Tyler Warren, Kraft, Bowers are my top 4 tight ends the rest of the season. I don't know if Bowers is in that tier, man. Like, what is he offering right now? No explosiveness, no red zone usage. Like, I almost want Ferguson over him, which it sounds crazy. I'm not saying I'd want Ferguson, but like it seems like it's a better play. John Vo says BTJ for Rashee Rice. I'm 0-4, but got JSN, London, and Pittman. If you're 0-4, you probably don't want to trade for a guy that's not going to play till week 7. Like, you need BTJ. Or maybe you don't. It's a tough situation. I think they're close. Like, I'd rather probably have Rashee Rice in full PPR once he comes back than Brian Thomas. I'm not writing Brian Thomas off, though. I'm not doing it. It's looked bad. He's not going to be great. He's not going to be where you drafted him, but he's still going to be a wide receiver too. Yeah, Genty was bowling over dudes, man. No, you can't give up on Ladd. I still wouldn't bench Ladd. Like, there's going to be a Ladd game. I thought last week was going to be the Ladd game, and then I thought this week was going to be the Ladd game, so maybe next week will be the Ladd game. It's got to happen, right? It has to happen. It's wild. Maybe you can get like a keg of beer, Blake. You know, like shoot a little higher for Brock Bowers because he still has name recognition, right? Like I would still trade for Bowers now if I had a panicked owner, but like if I had him, I wouldn't trade him because I know I'm not getting shit. I'm just going off eye test though. Like right now, the eye test on Bowers is like shitty, dude. It's shitty. Here's the thing about Bowers. This is what I said preseason, and I didn't take Trey McBride over him, but I just never took Bowers where he was going at like pick 18 because I took, unfortunately, AJ Brown was one of the guys I took, but I was taking JSN and AJ Brown. I was taking Trey McBride in the like middle of the 3rd round. And I was fine with waiting on Kraft and Warren, but all of Bowers' production was like second half when they were trailing by 14 points with bad quarterback play. Now, the bad quarterback play you think's a problem. It's a problem for wide receivers more than it is for tight ends, man. They're just going to check the ball down. And like Geno Smith doesn't want to do that. That's a good point. The running back room, probably. I'm trying to think who I'd throw in there. It's Kraft. It's Kraft for sure. Even he had a bad performance. I think Ferguson needs to kind of be in the mix. It's Warren. It's going to be Kittle. When Kittle comes back, Kittle's in the top 5. Kittle's probably number 1 tight end when he comes back. With all the injuries they have right now, the wide receiver core, Jawan Jennings can't finish a game right now. And he's just staying out there because he has all those incentives in his contract. And Ricky Pearsall's hurt. So, and McCaffrey, you think he's going to stay healthy this year with all those touches? No way. Not Jawan Jennings. Not Laporta. I'm looking. I'm trying to figure it out. Not Goddard. Those are fluky touchdowns. Yeah, McBride. So yeah, he's probably in there, but he's not number 3. Yeah, buddy. I like that comment, Ryan. Thank you for that comment. That made me smile. I'm a little zonked out right now. That got me a little energy. Geno's a problem. The Vikings O-line sucks, dude. It sucks. It is rough. It's worse for pass blocking though, from what I've seen. Like I think they can still run the ball, but like Carson Wentz is a turnover machine, and you saw a couple of those. Tyler Warren's the truth, man. And as a Bears fan, and beyond the fact that Colson Loveland is a turd and just was never the pick over Warren, like the fact that like it was like the same thing with Mitch Trubisky, right? Like Mitch Trubisky was a bad pick, but the fact that Patrick Mahomes went after Trubisky makes Trubisky a worse pick. The fact that we could have had Tyler Warren, it was the obvious pick, who can play fullback. He can take fucking wildcat snaps. He can throw the ball. He's an awesome blocker. He's a good receiver. He's great after the catch. He's a monster. He's not injury prone. Makes the Loveland pick just look awful because like Tyler Warren is a Swiss Army knife. and he just looks amazing. His fantasy stats have not equaled to his eye test and his impact on the team. So, like, Tyler Warren, if his numbers are better, would be a Rookie of the Year candidate for me. Lowest, I'd go for Brock. It's so hard if you're talking about cross positions, right? I would wait for him. If I'm trading him, I'd wait for him to have a big week. I have to. Dom says, do I think Penix turned a corner? No, I don't think so. A lot of those were dump offs to no, Drake London bailed him out, and then dump offs to Bijan, who's just a stud. Zach says Gibbs for Josh straight up. Got Brock as my backup. I want Gibbs over Josh Jacobs, bro. And Josh Jacobs is a little nicked up right now, dude. He granted that he played a lot of snaps, but like he didn't finish those the game for a reason. So it's Josh Allen. My bad. So Gibbs for Josh. Yeah, I want Gibbs over Josh Allen. Yeah, you could get quarterbacks. Good call. Thank you, Steve. See, Steve's helped me out in the chat here. I'm also Granny Loves You. Oh, hey, man. Why aren't you Granny Loves You right now? Are you Grandpa Loves You? Because I don't see that. Yeah, I definitely get Gibbs for Josh Allen. Elite running backs are hard to find, and Gibbs still hasn't really popped yet. Like, he hasn't had a long touchdown run. He will. He's still the best part of that offense. It's a good offense. And the thing is, the Lions defense looks great. So that's good for Gibbs. Gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, hit the sub button. 7 days a week. We're doing this 7 days a week. Lot of good people in the chat, good communities, good folks, good fantasy talk, good guests. I've been on here the last 3 nights by myself. My guests have been flaking, but it's okay. They'll be on here again. I'm going to keep on grinding, though. Oh, well, thanks. Appreciate that. My biggest takeaway from today is, honestly, it's my worry of Derrick Henry, who I've been saying that I'm not worried about him at all. And like, I'm worried about him because if he's not seeing the field and their defense is beat to shit, like he gets game scripted out of the game. And that happened like 3 or 4 times a year in the past, at least like with the Ravens last year. Now it's looking like it's going to happen every other game. So that sucks, dude. That sucks. Yeah, and you can't trade Saquon because I think Saquon's still like a buy low right now. Like he hasn't popped off. Like he is the most inefficient running back in football right now. Like what is he averaging? 3.3 yards a carry? He's getting some more receiving down work, but you can't trade Saquon. Thank you, Dom. Mouth, it was a rough week for I think a lot of us here. About Derrick Henry, I'm still going to keep trotting him out there, man. Like, and that maybe that's a problem, but it was a good character win, Ryan, in terms of the Bears, but like it sums up like the Raiders suck. So they're not well coached. Pete Carroll is the oldest coach in the league and it's starting to show a little bit. And we have red zone problems, man. And Caleb is just like so inconsistent. And our play calling's weird, man. Some of those like trick plays we're running, I get when they work, it looks great, but like the time, it's a time and a place thing, and we do it in the wrong time and the wrong place. That kid Evan traded Tet and Kamara for Ladd, Keon, Travion. You got Ladd, Keon, and Travion. I don't hate the trade. Tet's definitely gonna have better days. Dude, Kendre Miller looks amazing. Did you see the touchdown Kendre Miller had today, guys? Like I thought it was Alvin Kamara. I was like kind of like not paying attention to it, and I was like, oh, that's Alvin Kamara. Nice play, and it was fucking Kendre Miller. So Kendre's eating into his workload. He's probably not going to finish the season with them, whether they trade him, whether they shut him down. So Travion will be a thing. Ladd will be better, and Keon's still the number 1 there, number 1A or 1B, if you want to say Shakir, in Buffalo. So Yeah, I'm not. I don't hate that trade too much. Yeah, man. Ted is still a buy low. He has yet to catch a touchdown, right? He has multiple like plays that are called back or like plays that are a little overthrown on the sideline where he barely misses it. So I think Ted's still a buy low. What do you mean the Houston play? Yeah, Kendra Miller looks good, man. Yeah, Worthy was impressive. I did not expect that from Worthy, not to that level. And he took some hits too. So like I would say that's good for Worthy. That's huge for the Chiefs, man. I mean, this offense with this win today, which is a huge win for them. Now you get Rice back in 2 weeks. Like Mahomes is going to be a killer this year, man. And I took Mahomes a lot in best ball. I think I have 3 shares of him in redraft. But yeah, Mahomes going to crush, especially with the rushing upside. Oh yeah, I watched the Houston game a decent amount. CJ Stroud, there was a sack that CJ Stroud had where he got sacked, and it was like a think of like a movie where like it's like totally like like they totally like just do it for effect, and like the offensive line, like a backup quarterback comes in and the guy just gets crushed right away, like barely takes a snap. There was a defensive tackle that just came unblocked, and it was like a fucking gonna be like a play action play. It might even be a running play. He got tackled before he can even get the ball away. So that's a problem. Is the offensive line sucks in Houston. So CJ Stroud, I think Nico Collins is gonna be fine, but it's fucking terrible. It's terrible. I don't watch soccer, man. I know of it. I've watched it before, but no, I don't. Devin said I traded Derrick Henry and Cortland Sutton and Cooper Kupp for Travis Etienne and Tyreek Hill. So he traded Henry, Sutton, Cooper Kupp for Travis Etienne, Tyreek Hill, and Michael Pittman. I'd say pretty fair trade. Pittman's the truth, man. He is our number one there. That dude's steady as hell. So, and I mean, until Etienne gets hurt, doesn't seem like he's losing that job. Yeah, Tillman got banged up. You had some Isaiah Bond, dude. Isaiah Bond. And speaking of Bond, we have James Bond in here. Help me out in the chat in this one. Best wide receiver to target that's attainable. What are we thinking here? Honestly, I think it's Ted McMillan, the guy we were just talking about. I feel like that's a buy low. That's a guy that's been struggling. And you could probably get him for, an RB2. Garrett Wilson could be that name, depending on what he does tonight. But I think Ted's that dude, man. His numbers, he's better than he's shown. And it's not about him. It's about the rest of the team. Like, the running game looks shitty. The ancillary weapons there. I get Coker comes back, maybe, but Coker's only going to help him because maybe they can actually shift some of the coverage away from Tet. Sutton. I think Pittman's going to pay too much for Pittman right now because Pittman's killing it. Yeah, that's a good call, man. Like Devontae's catching touchdowns, but he's really not getting the volume. And Devontae Adams looks great. Like he looks like the same fucking player he was in Oakland. So I guess Vegas, you want to say, but yeah, Devontae's a buy low. I'm going to grab a drink real quick and play you a clip, and then I'll get back to your questions.
Well, you can camp out here for a while.
Well, this is pretty sweet. Is this couch fold out to a bed?
Yeah, totally great bed. But that's Jenkins' bed. Your bed's over here.
Dude, that is so fucking weak. How am I supposed to get a chick in that?
No, don't worry, dude. You couldn't get a chick if you had a $100 bill hanging out of your zipper.
Yeah, I could.
No, dude, you're a little bitch.
I am not. I don't even know why I hang out with you guys.
Because you're a piece of shit.
I am not a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, but you're a little bitch.
Sure.
That's a good call from Steve because I think we all agree Puka will miss a couple games this year, which is going to be a boom for Adams. He plays way too hard. He gets way too much action, and like it's great for fantasy, but the dude is just sticking his nose in there in every play. My wide receiver core in 10-man league is Pittman, Pickens, Tyreek, Mike Evans. He's got ETN, Jacobs, Kyron Williams. Yeah, that's a good team. So Pittman, so you have Pickens, Tyreek, Mike Evans, So Pittman's your wide receiver 3. Evans is gone for a while. I'm not really that optimistic on Evans coming back when he comes back because now you have Godwin in the fold. They like Godwin, apparently. They're running him out there with one leg. He's a fucking peg leg. And Etienne and Jacobs, that's good. Kyron. Blake Corum actually had a bad game for once. It was not great from Blake Corum from what I saw. And Kyron's still the one there as long as he's healthy. But if you have Kyron, make sure you pick up Corum. Dog, as a Packers fan, I don't know how to feel about this against the Cowboys. I'm not worried about the Packers defense. Not for fantasy, not for real life. That was just a wacky game. Their secondary is a little bit soft, bro. They don't have an elite corner, and I don't know what they were doing with those coverages tonight. It was just weird. The thing is, Dom, is that Evans is going to continue to get, Devontae's going to continue to get those red zone targets, right? Like he always does. Yeah, you have to get Corum. If you don't have Kyron, but if you have Kyron, 100% you have to get Corum. You have to. It's a must. Oh, God. We haven't even talked about A.J. Brown yet. Talk about a disappearing act. What, 9 targets, 2 catches, 7 yards? I wasn't watching the game like for that portion of the game of the second half. I was watching Red Zone. And I was just looking at the play-by-play of that game, and I saw it was a 3 and out they had where A.J. Brown got 3 targets. And, well, you saw that Jalen Hurts had 0 completions in the second half. He was 0 for 8, dude. And they won the game. Like, have you ever heard of that before? A quarterback in a close game with 0 completions in the second half, and they win the game? Jalen Hurts, rough, bro. Still fine for fantasy, but the upside isn't there because he needs a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown every game just to like meet his quota. So he needs a rushing touchdown just to be average, which is just not going to be sustainable. Oh, Aubrey only had 1 field goal. That was wild, man. Send him a bill. Send Aubrey a bill. Let's do that. Well, Brian Thomas and AJ are bums, honestly. Eagles are the most they're not fun to watch. Like, does anyone enjoy watching the Eagles? Like last year was fun because Saquon was just beasting it and like highlight reel plays and like breaking long runs. Like you're not seeing any of that right now. You're seeing little flip passes, Dallas Goedert. Like that's what you're getting. So it's fucking terrible, man. And we said the same thing about the Chiefs the last year and then like the beginning part of this year. The Chiefs are actually looking exciting again, right? Oh, there it is. I'm taking a picture of that and doing it. Nice one, bro. I love Breaking Bad, so you can't keep on getting away with this. Yeah, dude. Speaking of Breaking Bad, Schrader, right? Hank Schrader, the kicker. A-Sec Schrader. He's amazing, dude. Doesn't miss kicks and gets a lot of opportunities. That was George Pickens' coming out party officially. He made some money in this game for sure. Looks like a real number 1, man. Like in that situation with Keontae Turpin and Jalen Tolbert and whoever the third guy was, I don't even know his name. What do you mean, Mouth? Pickens 5 catches is not sustainable. I think he had more than 5 catches. Didn't he have 8 catches today? And Pickens looked great. Blake, believe it or not, I have yet to watch Sopranos, bro. I am saving Sopranos for that catch up that pylon's awesome. I prefer Keontae Turpin, dude, in full PPR. He had a rough game, but I have not watched The Sopranos yet. I'm waiting. Everyone talks it up, but you know what? Everyone talked up The Godfather, and The Godfather was a very, very big disappointment to me. Do you guys agree? What do you guys think about The Godfather in here? Is that the most overrated piece of shit you ever seen? Just based on what people say about it? Like it's the best movie ever, they say. It's like the Beatles. It's like just bad. Yes, Turpin. Turpin is a good flex. And Tolbert, you could do worse than Tolbert, but Thank you, Ryan. I wouldn't say it fucking sucks, but like it sucks because people hold it up here and then you watch it and it's slow as shit. And like there's a couple sweet scenes, but we all know Goodfellas is a way better movie. Yes, it took a lot from Godfather, but I'll tell you what's a better movie that no one talks about. It's Scarface. Scarface is 1982, right? It's got Pacino in it, and it's like literally 6 or 7 or 8 years later. Fuck, man. Like, I love Scarface. I can watch Scarface all the fucking time. I don't think I'll ever watch Godfather again. Now, I have to watch Godfather 2 because I hear that's even better than the original. So that might be a little more modern, a little better. See, I appreciate the comments here because I think we're correct, but we're in the minority, just so you know. Like, everyone agrees Godfather over Scarface. Not many people will say that, so I do think that's the right take. I mean, I sure hope Godfather 2 is better mouth because Godfather 1 is just the Godfather's like a 6.5 out of 10 for me. I hear 3 is like the biggest piece of shit ever. It's like involving his daughter. Like, well, see, this is why I like this chat because we know what we're talking about. And that's just not a popular opinion because people hold the Godfather up like on this pedestal. Like if you don't see it and like, you know, I tell people I just watched it for the first time like 6 months ago because I was waiting. Same thing as Sopranos because everyone told me how good it was. And I know how bad new media is for the most part. And I'm like, ooh, Sopranos better than Breaking Bad. Is that for real? Because if that's true, then I'm going to be very, very, very into Sopranos. And I'm glad I've waited because I don't know much about it. I know like the premise. I know all the actors and shit. I don't know any spoilers, dude. Like real, I know like the ending and shit, but like I don't know a lot of spoilers. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right. Okay. Well, now I got myself a winter show to watch. So Mouse says no, it's not better. I think Breaking Bad is like more modern. So and Bryan Cranston's amazing, and the writing's amazing, the acting's amazing, and I'm sure Sopranos is too. If it's better, then I'll be very, very happy. If it's as good or even 90% of Breaking Bad, I'll be very happy. What do you guys think about Better Call Saul though? Because I was quite disappointed with Better Call Saul, and it was entertaining. I mean, it was nice. There was a lot of nice little Easter eggs and like stuff that was like cool that made Breaking Bad better in a way. But I was a little disappointed. Logan says, A-Chain and Kittle or Genty and McBride. A-Chain and Kittle or Genty and McBride. You asking for a trade? Yeah, Steve, I'd agree. The ending was awesome. I mean, that part was sweet. There were some good episodes. There was also just some clunkers, right? And like outside of like 3 or 4, I can think on the top of my head, there wasn't any clunkers in Breaking Bad. They all worked for the story, and like it just wasn't filler. So AJ and McBride. Again, is this a question for like who do you want to start? Who do you want to trade? Ooh, True Romance, amazing, bro. Movie's great, and that's a Tarantino screenplay right there. Anything involved with Tarantino is gonna be great. Besides like Death Proof. I just have heard people say that Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad, and like, you know, that also again like that I was like, oh, it's almost as good. Even if it's almost as good, I was like, this is awesome, and it was good, better than most shows. But all right, I gotta get to Logan's question. I missed his question here. So this is for next week or just in general? A-Chain and Kittle, Genty and McBride. I want Kittle over McBride rest of the season when he's healthy because he is going to be the tight end 1. And I want Genty over A-Chain. Steve, do yourself a favor and watch True Romance, dude. It is kind of a love story, though, CK, a little bit. All right, Mouth. Now you're speaking my language. I can get down with that. If that's the truth, if that's what it's going to be to me, and I agree with that, if I watch it, I'm going to be very happy. 70% I'd be happy too. When was it done? Was it 99 or something? Also, it's scoring, right? In full PPR, I might still take McBride over Kittle, but with what I've seen from Kyler, bro, like it's not good. And like you're not getting touchdowns from McBride. You're getting 8-yard receptions. You're getting 8 for fucking 70, which is 15 points. Kittle legitimately had 12 points in one drive. He played one drive this season and had 12 points. And they're gonna need him, man. They're gonna need him. That defense is beat to shit. Their wide receivers are beat to shit. So yeah, I think it's close, man. I think Kittle is going to be the dude. Definitely Kittle over Bowers rest of the season. McBride's close. It's close. Well, let's just hope, Mouth. Let's just hope Kittle comes back week 6 because we don't know. They haven't heard anything. But again, I said when it happened, I knew they were going to put him on there just as a precaution because, George Kittle wants to come back. So I think this is enough time for him to come back from the hammy. And they need him. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win a game or two the next 2 games. They sit him out one more week, which I wouldn't be mad at as a Kittle owner, right? Like I wanted Tucker Kraft to miss week 4, to miss week 3 because I want him for the rest of the year, right? I don't want a setback. CK has to drop a tight end for his bye weeks. Ertz, Hawk, or Pitts. It's Hawkinson, man. Hawkinson, what do you have? 4 catches today for like 28 yards or something, 4 for 35. 3 of those came on the last drive of the game. So Hawk is just done. Like he is done. Addison's back. Mason's pounding the rock. He's done. He's terrible. Ertz, I'm not an Ertz guy, but with McLaurin being hurt, with Debo looking pretty fat again, and no one else there, and the running game being in shambles, like Ertz is still he had a 2-point conversion today. Ertz is still the dude. And Pitts looks good, man. Knicks or Fields? Is that this year, baller, or like rest of the season? Because I like Fields tonight. In terms of tomorrow night, I want Fields. Give me the upside of Fields. If it's 6 for a passing touchdown, I'll take Knicks. 4 for a passing touchdown is Fields. Well, I'll tell you why they're probably legit contenders, Maury. Excuse me. That division is just terrible. Who else is there? I know the Jags are looking good. The Jags defense looks legit. The team that was favored that we all thought was going to be there was Houston. Houston's terrible. Houston's like a write-off right now. So they're going to win that division. I think pretty easily. It's them or the Jags, and I don't trust the Jags. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. Hall or Dobbins? Ooh. In full PPR, it's definitely Hall. I would say standard, it's Dobbins. And half, I'm probably still going Hall. I think it's a big week for Hall. Miami, it's a good matchup, man. That's a good matchup for Breece Hall. Hey, man, Pitts looks pretty good, Dom. Pitts looks pretty good. Anyone's better than Lawrence. Lawrence sucks. He's so bad. Yeah, that's a good call. Before you joined, I was talking about that, and it was both Ed and I. Mitchell did both those plays, by the way. He had the holding call, and he was the one that dropped the ball. So, which just sucks for him because he's a young player that cannot be affording that. He's not a reputable dude that he's trying to earn playing time, right? Colts should have won that game for sure. No, probably not. I mean, probably not in the playoffs. Like I believe it or not, I still believe in the Ravens long term. The Bills for sure. Chiefs look to be back a little bit. Chargers are good. Broncos are good. There's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of good teams in the AFC, like elite teams. I'm down 12. Fields or Knicks. He doesn't have anyone else. If you're down 12, you just need 12. I'm probably going Knicks, man. Again, like Fields has more upside, but like there is a chance he's coming off a concussion for 1. For 2, like there's a chance it goes bad and they pull him. They're never pulling Bo Nix. You're going to get 12 points from Bo Nix. Just go with that. I'm still pretty high on Worthy. Like my worry about Worthy isn't so much Rice, it's his shoulder. And he kind of proved that he could stay healthy. Like he took some hits today, and it's only going to get better. It's not going to get worse. So yeah, he'll be a high end. He'd be like a boomer bust, like a better version of Jamison Williams, is what I'd say. Casey, my wide receiver room is Nico, Adunze, Pickens, T-Mac, Scary Terry, Waddle. Ooh. I could tell you who I'd want to trade. I think you should probably trade high. So you have Nico, Pickens, T-Mac. Yeah. And you have Scary Terry coming back. So if Waddle pops tonight, you could trade Waddle or Odunze. I think they're prime. Odunze, if you can get like a back end running back 1 for Odunze, you do that. DJ Moore will have better days. Like Odunze's good, but the other guys are great. Whoa. I did not see that at all, Blake. Robert Saleh's a fucking psycho, though. Yeah, if you needed for the Knicks and Justin Fields thing, if you needed like 24, I'd go Fields. But 12 and you don't have an opponent to go against, like no other players, you go with Knicks, save 12. Yeah, it was a little not reminiscent of the playoff game where he threw 4 picks, but that off dude without Joe Alls, they're already missing Slater. Like those are two of the top 8 tackles in the NFL. They had both of them. Now they're both gone. So their strength is now almost a weakness. And it's rough, man. So he's gonna be running a lot. Oh well, shit. Tough says it's tied 155. I have Dobbins against Tyreek Hill. TDs are worth 6. What's the scoring though? I don't know. Dobbins is more likely to score a touchdown. Is that right? Warriors signed Al Horford? Dude, Al Horford's going to play till he's like 50. I think Al Horford's almost 40, dude. Mahomes, this is the ball Mahomes wants to play, man. Imagine when Rashee Rice gets back. He'll have a go-to guy again. And you can spread the ball around. We got a Jags fan in the chat. What's going on, man? They look great. Their defense looks like amazing. Like amazing. Devin Lloyd, that was one of the best games I've ever seen played, right? What do you have? 3 fucking turnovers, 3 takeaways? I mean, you're fine for the short term because Henry will be fine. Like, he's not going to be probably what we thought he was going to be, but he'll be fine. He'll score touchdowns. He'll have big runs. And Mason's still that dude, man. He got a little game scripted out of the game, but that's not going to happen with Vikings defense very often. Yeah, Minnesota has a bye week 6, Steve. Hey, can we all just hope for this, Blake? Can we hope for fucking Travis Hunter to get benched on defense? Because he had a pretty baller catch today, man. You saw that was actually a real wide receiver route, a real catch he had. So that was awesome. Like, we saw that. That was cool. Other than that, though, it's been terrible. So don't play defense, Travis Hunter. I took him in the fucking end of the third round of my IDP league. Because like I started at IDP, and I was like, I thought this is a genius pick, and he's scoring less than my other IDPs. It's fucking insane. I have great IDPs. I Devin White and guys that were like undrafted I picked up. They're all scoring like 10 or 12, and he's fucking getting me 8 points. Well, use him for one more week. Steve, other Steve, Green Steve, call you Green Steve. I think AJ Brown is definitely a buy low. He's getting the targets, and like it depends how low we're talking. But like if I'm an AJ Brown owner and I'm panicked, and if you have a bad record, you can't stick around to wait it out. Yeah, I would trade for him. In terms of if the owner is panicked, and you have a good record, for instance, AJ Brown, not at cost, but like I'm trying to think what the line is on AJ Brown, but yeah, Steve Casey has a double. His name's Steve Case. You get the extra Y, though. Yeah, dude, just throw some offers out there, man. AJ Brown's already crying on Twitter. Well, they won the game, but that's just AJ Brown move, right? Ooh, a Steve battle. I like that. I think you still start Bowers, man. I mean, I see in the short term with CeeDee Lamb out, you want to start Ferguson, but like, I think you give him one more week. It should be crazy. Oh, Keenan Allen, bro. Offer Keenan Allen right now. Keenan Allen is something else. Give him a sweetener, dude. Give him a sweetener. Give him a sweetener, or give him DJ and Keenan. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah, I luckily I had Gainwell in a couple leagues. Sal says, if you had Bijan and Walker, would you try to trade Walker away for someone like Judkins? No, you got to trade Kenneth Walker right now. it's a 50-50 split. Charbonnet's getting the goal line work, so Judkins is getting all the work. If you could do that, get that done. Unfortunately, though, trading right now, trading for Ferguson is just not good business because he's the tight end 1 in fantasy. So, like, you're going to have to pay. If you had Bowers, would you trade Bowers for Ferguson right now? I would not do that. I'm panicked on Bowers, and I love Ferguson, but, like, it's going to even out, and I would bet you right now, rest of the season, Brock Bowers outscores Ferguson. Now, Bowers ain't going to return where you drafted him, but, like, that's not the point. Going forward, Bowers will still be better than he has been. Has to be. And yes, you could flex them both. Good call, Mouth. I traded Bowers for Marion Hampton and Quinton Judkins. And David Njoku. Yeah, you just destroyed him, Jacob. That's a destruction. Because Njoku's fine. They're not. I thought Fannin was going to get more of a role, but he hasn't really gotten that. So, if you had Bijan, H and Walker, yeah, Walker's the one I'm trying to trade. Sal, Bijan's RB1 overall. A-Chain's in PPR especially amazing. Walker's too inconsistent, man. Hey, 4-0, dude. You have about an 80% chance to make the playoffs if it's a 12-team league. So, hats off to you, buddy. Mayfield's banged up, bro. So, when the nice thing about Herbert is he is super healthy right now. But the offensive line, there's a problem. Is he outscoring him for the whole season, or is it like tied? Yeah, that's a soul. That's what you got to do in fantasy, right? 2-2 and a 14. You're not done. You're fine, dude. There's still 6 teams to make the playoffs, right? No, I'd rather have AJ Brown than Keenan Allen, to clarify. It might sound like craziness right now, but I'd rather have AJ Brown. The rest of the season, right? You're not at this point. We're moving forward, so all the points they've accumulated don't really count in terms of trades and shit. So, and you're the ones that has Keenan Allen, so you already got all those points. $4-0 is a great feeling. I'm on the verge of being 4-0 in my $500 league. I do 1-500, the rest are 250s, which is nice. I still need some performance from Breece Hall. I need Breece Hall and who is it? I have Breece Hall and I have fucking Will Lutz. I need them to get like 20 points. They should get 20. It's full PPR. No, Robert, 49ers are still 3-1. The reason that they might be done is their team is like all in an ambulance right now. So, Jay, that was a tough matchup. I know they were at home, but they played well. Brock Purdy turning the ball over way too much, though. He's a turnover machine. That dude just doesn't. I love it for fantasy, though, because, like, he's an aggressive quarterback, so. You really can't trade McLaurin, man. No one's going to trade for an injured asset that's like sucked, you know? I think you got to hold on to McLaurin. Not to mention, we don't know what the hell's going on with him, how long he's out for, right? See, the goal is you got to stay above 500, you know, stay in the mix, right? Keep it in the mix. That's what I tell my wife. My wife is like in 11 leagues. She's like 30-14, bro, to start the year. She's doing way better than I am. I draft her teams. I draft my teams. I draft so much better for her somehow. And she always thinks I'm fucking around in her teams, and her teams do better. Hey, 1-3 is fine, dude. You gotta get to 4-5. You get to 4-5. You can lose 6 games and make the playoffs. Sub-Zero, what's up, man? Don't freeze me. I had Bijan, Jacobs, and Hampton. Safe to say I won. Yes. Ooh, Steve, other Steve. Sorry, Steve. I'll get you a nickname. What's your last name, Steve, by the way? Welcome to the channel, by the way. Steve Casey is a very, very loyal OG of this show. So I'll get you that status soon enough when I see you on a couple more streams. But am I starting Woody next week against the Ambulance Ravens? We can start calling them the Ambulance Ravens right now because they have nobody. If Kyle Hamilton gets hurt, that defense is like bottom 5. And they might be bottom 10 right now. Probably, bro, because he was getting the snaps in a game script that didn't work for him. That was the Nick Chubb game script, and he got to work. So probably, man, depending on what your line is, right? Like who are we talking about starting him over? Yes. That's the key, Dom. Stay alive. We want to stay alive, baby. What about trading Kelsey for Kincaid? Kincaid has been a little TD dependent. Yeah, now with here's the thing is I feel like Kelsey's touchdown upside will go up because there's so many other guys to focus on the red zone, but his volume and his like yardage numbers and catches are going to go down. And that now that they've been good anyway. So yeah, dude, I like Kincaid over Kelsey. Kincaid, like Knox has been phased out a little bit, man. So I like what they're doing with Kincaid. Today was weird. 1 catch for 28 yards and a touchdown was weird. But he's been pretty good all year. He looks good. He put on some mass. So he's blocking a little better. Like my eyes tell me Kincaid is not like a negative in the blocking game. So why the fuck would they play Dawson Knox? I don't know why. They might still do it, but like his 60% of the snaps is it's better than what Kelsey's getting. Tell me what you guys think? Help me out with Matthew's question. I think I want Kincaid. It's close though. I mean, I'm really happy for her too. And just like the thing is, maybe it's easier for her because all hers are $100 leagues I do for her, and mine are all 250s or 500s. You know, like higher money leagues, so it's higher competition. But same site, all like those are all Fantrax publics. That's like 80% of my leagues. I do 6 home leagues, and the rest are Fantrax. The other 18 are Fantrax public. And like I'm like sitting around 500 right now, dude. Like 2 games over 500 maybe, and she's fucking rocking like what 15 over 500 or something. But hey. I'm happy for her. She's had a great run since she started playing. Should I bench Nico Collins for Drake London? No. I actually I think Nico this week kind of made it close, but like they're both back end wide receiver ones. Okay, Casey Jones. I got Jacobs on bye next week, so it's either Ramondre, Woody, or Ollie Gore. It's Woody. Oh, Woody over those dudes for sure, Steve. Ooh, Big Daddy Steve. I like that. I'm kind of getting a second win here, man. This has been if you regulars know, I'm not on my A game right now. I am just whooped, bro. Like that stream went pretty late last night. I was setting up my Discord. I'm doing the monetization thing on YouTube and dealing with the sponsor I have for that's probably gonna be active tomorrow, by the way. Get you all the information tomorrow with the promo code. I was up till 5 a.m. and like I had to wake up at 7:30 to like. Luckily, I did because Jalen Warren injury. So I'm on 2 hours of sleep. 15 hours of football, probably fucking 14 beers. So I'm just like, I feel like I'm like tripping right now, but like I'm doing this. Like I love doing this. Like, obviously I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. Yeah, Kincaid has more upside. It is still Kelsey. That's perfectly said by Casey. It's close, but like, if you want to shoot for the moon, like Kincaid is a younger player. And I like that offense better than Chiefs. Oh man, 163 to 92, dude. I lost a game. Someone put up 215 against me in Fantrax 12-team standard PPR. Like there's no like bonuses or shit. And like 160 is usually a pretty big week. 215. He had like Genty, Pickens, London. Who else did he have? Dude, it was just a fucking onslaught. I put up 150 and I lost by fucking 70 points. You can't, dude, Sub-Zero. It's not good business to move Brock right now. Where you drafted him, it's just, you don't take an L. You have to ride it out. It sucks. Not for the whole year. You have to ride it out for 2 more weeks because he will catch a touchdown or have 7 catches next week. He has to. Now, selling high in ETN is good business, so I would do that. I would do that because, like, you just get as much as you can for these guys if you're trying to trade them. Yeah, you could probably wait too because it's not like I'm trying to think if I was a Kelsey owner, would I accept Kincaid for Kelsey right now? And it's a tough one. Yeah, only sponsor, man. It's a newer like gambling. It's like an underdog, but not underdog. They have pick'ems. It's pretty legit though. I played. I have my own tournament, so you guys can all get in it. They're gonna match first deposits. Whatever it is, they're gonna match it 100%. So it's pretty weird though. It's a lot of the tournaments are 3-man. You pick 3 players in the multi-entry, which is nice. You can in the like my tournament's a $3 tournament, and you get 3 players, and it's longest touchdown. So the combined yardage of your longest touchdown of each player is the winner. It's really wild, but I kind of like it, especially with the multi-entry. You could just spam some shit. There's no salary cap, so you can pick from anyone. So like Tutu Atwell would have won everyone's league because like no one had Tutu Atwell. Here's the thing is I do like putting up a lot of points and losing. It hurts, but at least for the tiebreakers, as we know, man, tiebreakers are important in fantasy. So having extra points, essentially at the end of the year, if you have enough points, it's equal to another win, right? You know, if you're a team that has decent amount of wins but low points, you're essentially having one less win because 8 and 6 will be a tiebreaker and you will win. I have Tyler Warren, so it's also a thing never knowing who to play. Yeah, fuck, because I probably want to play Tyler Warren over Brock Bowers. I mean, what you could do is trade Tyler Warren and try to get the same that you would get for Brock Bowers and then just go all in on Brock Bowers. That's just an idea. Matthew snagged Devontae Adams for DJ Moore and Devonta Smith. Devontae is the best player in the trade, but I kind of like the other guys too, so I'd say it's a wash. Yeah, Steve, we're going to do that. Sorry, I've had a lot on my plate here the last couple of days. We're going to do that. Well, Zay is going to be a hard sell now with Lamar being hurt and that whole team just going in the dump. I know you're messing with me, bro. I'm messing with you, but also like you're offering to help me, and I'm like not procrastinating, but I guess the word is procrastinating. So yeah, we're going to get that done. I guess I'm going to kind of reconfigure the whole thing once I get the Patreon set up, and we're going to get some separate tiers and some different chats. So we'll talk about all that kind of stuff. Had Monty and Warren as my RB today. Ugh. Did you start Warren? I actually, in my $500 league, dude started Warren against me, and I'm going to win by, if I might not even win, but like if he had just started anyone else, I lose. And like I saw this, it was a $500 fucking 12-man league. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Maybe he's on the West Coast and it's 6:30 a.m., but like none of us thought Warren was missing the game, right? I thought it was like a 10% chance, maybe less. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Sub-Zero. He does feed the slot, but like it's still a downgrade from Lamar, and that offense as a whole is going to be really downgraded, like without Lamar. Lamar is, stirs the drink, bro. All right, buddy. All right, man. Like, so keep on tuning this show, and the community's great. We talk through a lot of these things, and we're not always right, and like, unfortunately, I do 20 hours of this live a week. So like I'm asked probably 120, 150 different start sit, like about 150 different players. And I'm probably right 55% of the time, maybe 60%, depending on like the egregiousness of the question. But like that means I'm wrong 60 times. So like, I could have 60 people coming at me like you're a fucking idiot. But last week when I told everyone to start Mark Andrews, that's a win. Like, you know what I mean? So it's hard. And sometimes my bets have not been doing well. I'm still like 5 over 500. I'm 15 and what am I? 14 and 8, 15 and 10 in the year. Not great, but still winning money if you bet them all. Unfortunately, not everyone had. Yeah, I got you, Steve. I'm gonna reach out to you. I got your number. I'm gonna send you a dick pic too tonight. So I'm fucking fried right now, so it's gonna be super limp. That's the best kind of dick pic, right? Like, imagine if you sent a girl a limp dick pic. What would she do? I've never tried it because it's not a good strategy, and my dick is not a nice looking limp dick. That's saying it's not nice looking. It's small, right? It's a grower. So I don't think that's going to work out, bro. Justin, Tyreek or Garrett Wilson? I want Garrett Wilson over Tyreek. That's the thing is the matchups, right? Like I have a couple buddies in my home leagues every year. They're like top 3, top 4 in points, and they never make the playoffs because they always have top points against. And there's always that dude that's the opposite where the team always sucks and they have like 9 or 10 wins because every team they play scores 100. That's fantasy. And that's also the NFL, right? Like when you play teams, like if you play the Ravens next week, good matchup. If you play the Ravens week 12, bad matchup. Quarterback waivers. I think Browning's probably on there. I think Browning will be a good matchup going forward. I like Browning. Well, unfortunately, Steve, I went 1-2 today. Brock Bowers fucked me. He got 48 yards. He needed 52. In that game, especially, like, what the fuck? So it's been rough, man. I had the 5-0, not only 5-0 with the primetime games. Week 2, I was 8-0 on my bets on the show. And so I'm saying if you take that away, I'm having a bad year. But that was a dope week. Week 1, I was good too, like 4-1. But it's been rough. But that's how the gambling goes. That's how fantasy goes, right? You just got to kind of get out of your head, and like I got to get out of my head in some of these picks. The dart pick was bad. I don't know why I did it. It was just one of those things where I thought the number should not have been there. But that wasn't the process I should have made. Dude, Garrett Wilson's a fucking stud, bro. And they're using him right this year, right? Regardless of the bad quarterback play, Justin Fields only looks his way. I like that. Week 5's rough. One thing I'm happy about this week for me is I'm probably going to go 12-13. I've been going 500 after the first week where I did well. I'm against Bijan. I'm against so many week 5 buys. I already looked next week, and these are non-trade leagues, most of them. So like, I feel like next week, if I don't have a big week next week, I might hang it up. I'm just going to fucking break my computer. Junk Buster, what's up, bro? Perfect sell high week on Genty. I mean, that could be because people, especially where I'm from, Chicago, we all watched that game. Most of these watched that game, and he looked great. He is a good player. The offensive line's still trash. He got tackled behind the line of scrimmage like 4 times. He made a bunch of good plays just from his ability. I think so. I might keep him, though. Now, Dart has a good matchup against New Orleans, man. New Orleans sucks. Defense is terrible. Landon, yes. I think I like how you phrase that. Thank you for how you phrased the question. Because if you just said BTJ for Rasheed Rice, there's so many variables there. You're 4-0. They're 0-4. Yes. And try to get something else too. Just try to get a bench player. Try to get like a Rico Dowdle or Blake Corum if you could. Whoever their high upside bench stash is, do that. And then if they say no, then say straight up. Always start with that. That's business, baby. You're taking advantage of him a bit, but he's 0-4. He's going to be taken advantage of, right? He's a drunk girl at a party. Not advocating that. I'm just saying they get taken advantage of. And if you don't do it, someone else will. I have Neighbors in Burrow. What's up, Cheerio? I have Neighbors in Burrow. Season's cooked. I have Hampton and Benson, though. Yeah, man. I have a league where I literally had Burrow, and I just traded for Neighbors. Like, I'm 3-0, and now I'm 3-1 because I lost. But I was like, dude, that just sucks. But Hampton and Benson especially is a bench player. You know, he was a 12th round pick. So you're kind of washes a bit. Agreed, man. You learn from the losses in life and fantasy, with relationships, with everything you do. Matthew, I would say it's between today and what it's been, right? Obviously, because 3 touchdowns and like, not just that, but the usage. Like it was always going to be better than what it was. They're not going to be playing Dylan Lobby all the time on 3rd downs, but he's not going to be getting this kind of like amazing workload, and the game scripts aren't always going to be this good. So he's going to be a back end RB1, kind of where you drafted him. It was always going to take a little time. Man, well, yeah, if you had that Packers money line, like all I'm saying is if that extra point does not get blocked, that's a different game. That the coaches said it in the interview, right? Halftime interview, like that was a thing. It went from 14-0 to 13-2. So I know it doesn't seem like much. It's a fucking 3-point swing, and that really mattered. Justin, any bets for tomorrow? I'm looking at Andre Yoshivash, dude. I got to look at what it's at. I think it's like 12.5 yards. He plays every snap for the Bengals, and they're going to be covering all. They're going to be doubling Jamar and getting some blanket coverage on T. So I think that's the one for sure. And I think it's always Justin Fields rushing yards for me. Yeah, I will. I don't have my phone with me. It's dead right now. Mouth. I'm an idiot. Didn't charge it. I'll put it on charger when I grab a beer here in a second, and then I'll look at it. I don't think you're cooked, man. You're 2-2. You're fine. Yeah, I don't get that whole thing with Salah, and it's weird. That's a good stat. I heard that, Sub-Zero. More yards after contact than rushing yards. That shows how good he is. Dom, for me, if you need a guy to play week to week in a pinch, it's Ollie Gordon. If you need a high upside stash, like league winner, it's Blake Corum. Marks or Travis Hunter flex for next week. I mean, it can't be Travis Hunter. I will say this. If they come out before next Sunday and say Travis Hunter is no longer playing defense, or he's playing like 5 snaps a week, or whatever they can say, and he's going to be a full-time offensive player, it might be Travis Hunter in PPR. If I don't have any, if there's no news on this, it's Woody Marks. It sucks the world we're living in, because I think Travis Hunter is a good player. Keep Chase Brown. Chase Brown's going to be fine. Cheerio. I have Marvin, AJ Brown as wide receivers. Should I try to upgrade them 2 and 2? Also have JMO and Stephon Diggs. I mean, you can't trade either of those guys. You could try to trade Diggs after this performance, but like all those guys are buy lows, not sells. All right, Ryan, 6 and 2. 6 and 2. That's a good winning percentage. 666, bro. Mark of the devil. You ever seen Idle Hands? Devin Sawa? Great movie. Seth Green, too. Today I had Goff, Bijan, Jacobs, Ibuka, Devontae Adams, and Kincaid. Happy day for me. Yeah. I mean, Jacobs killed. Ibuka always kills, right? 12-man, full PPR. 2 and 2. Should I trade ETN, Woody Marks, and Rice or Sutton for CD, Palom, and Corum? No, don't do that. Pollard's an expiring asset. When Tyjae Spears comes back, he's not doing shit now. He's playing a lot of snaps. Corum's just a throw-in. I mean, he's a high upside bench stash. CD's hurt. So you're trading ETN and Rice and Sutton? No, you keep that side for sure, dude. What's your wild idea, Sub? What if the Bears trade for Chase? Chase Brown? Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of throwing in the towel for the Bengals. So I think if they lose 2 more games, then yes, I would like that. Because Chase Brown's not really their back of the future, right? Yeah, I think they still like Mitchell there. I mean, but we'll see after this week. I could see what you're talking about, because that was rough. But the thing is, as crazy as that drop, the stupid Deshaun Jackson he did in the end zone, that play was amazing. You saw why they drafted Adonai Mitchell in the 2nd round. Like, he's an elite talent. Like, that was like a CD Lamb play, bro. It's just he's a knucklehead. Yeah, Chase Brown. I can see that. If they lose a couple games, that'd be perfect for us. Isn't that crazy, Michael, how in 2 weeks, all the rookies, everything's flipped? Now, for Hampton, it was the Najee injury, because this probably wouldn't be happening if Najee didn't get hurt. Najee was eating into his workload and was going to be a 50-50 split. And maybe not the whole year, but for the foreseeable future. And the Gentry thing for sure. And then Travion Henderson, I feel like, is going to have his day soon. Cheerio, what do you think I can get for Diggs? I would probably wait 1 more week if I could. Just because I think, like I said earlier, I guess yesterday's show, his snap share is increasing every week. And he had a good game. So what can you get for him? Maybe a back end, like a DeAndre Swift, maybe, I think. Matthew, unfortunately, Pacheco did score on that receiving touchdown, but he is still almost playing behind Kareem Hunt. It's a mess there, man. And like, here's the problem with what I saw from Pacheco is Brashard Smith actually got involved. And now you have a 3-headed monster on a pass-first team, and he's not getting the goal line work. Gross. What's going on, Jonah? I have Evans and McLaurin injured. Golden is on a bye next week. Franklin, I am in on bench. St. Brown is my other wide receiver. Yeah, buy low on McConkey. I think everyone should buy low on McConkey. It can't get any worse. This is rock fucking bottom. The only way it can get any worse is if he has 0 catches next week, which is not going to happen. Then I guess you got to keep him, Dom. I mean, there's no point. You can't drop him. He's fine. I'm going to grab a beer. I'll do 1 more beer worth, and then we'll see where we're at when I finish that beer. I was planning on only doing an hour stream, but you know how I am. God damn it. Give me 1 second on your comment, Sub. I'm going to play a clip, grab a beer, and I will be back. What do I want to play? Here's the trade clip right here.
But I will expect something in return.
What?
Well, for starters, I want a calzone of my own.
All right.
And a slice of pepperoni pizza. And a large soda. And 3 times a week, I shall require a cannoli.
It's steep, don't you think?
Fucking Newman, man. Wants that cannoli. I don't know if I've ever had a cannoli. This is a wild one. What if the Saints keep losing? Could the Bears get Kamara? Yeah, 100%. Kamara should be traded, man. Like he's done his service for that franchise. Now whether they think Kendra Miller's the answer in the long term, it's probably not the answer, but they have a lot of draft capital in the future. It's a running back. I think we can get him for a 4th rounder, right? Wouldn't the Saints do a 4th rounder for Kamara? Put him in a better situation, like get a 4th rounder. What do they have to lose? Also, you know what they want to do? They want to lose more games. You know how the Saints lose more games? It's trade Alvin Kamara. I don't think they need to trade Alvin Kamara to lose games, but like if they take Kamara out of that offense and Chris Olave somehow gets hurt, it's bad. It's bad there. And Tyler Shuck is not the answer. He's not very good either. He might be better than Rattler, maybe. Who knows? But it's not like a big upgrade. So the only problem is Swift and Kamara are similar players in terms of like the stylistically they are. So like I prefer the Bears get a banger, someone that can handle a workload, or someone like Breece Hall who's younger that can be a 3-down back. I'm not saying Kamara can't be a 3-down back, but this stage of his career he's not exactly a power back. And he's not great at the goal line, right? All right, this got to be my last beer. Long ass day. Yeah, we're panicking on AJ Brown. We are. You have to. I'm gonna play this clip that I played earlier. This is my thoughts on AJ Brown.
Well, you can camp out here for a while.
Well, this is pretty sweet. Does this couch fold out to a bed?
Yeah, totally great bed. But that's Jenkins' bed. Your bed's over here.
Dude, that is so fucking weak. How am I supposed to get a chick in that?
No, don't worry, dude. You couldn't get a chick if you had a $100 bill hanging out of your zipper.
Yeah, I could.
No, dude, you're a little bitch.
I am not. I don't even know why I hang out with you guys.
Because you're a piece of shit.
I am not a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, but you're a little bitch.
Sure.
AJ Brown couldn't catch a pass if he had a $100 bill hanging out of his zipper. No, I get Kamara is significantly better. I just said stylistically, they're similar backs. Now, I'd much prefer Alvin Kamara. Walker's also a tiny dancer, but Walker would be better. I mean, there's a lot of upgrades we can go into. Rattler kind of blows though. He's a gamer. You can call him a gamer. Night, Steve. I'm gonna text you and we'll figure this out. I appreciate you, dude. You're the man. The real OG Steve. Thank you, buddy. No, and Swift actually, he doesn't do anything when he gets hit. And he's not really eluding tackles right now. And like he was always a really shifty guy. He kind of just runs straight forward. It's really weird. Alex says, what would you be willing to trade ETN for in full PPR? Wide receiver? You can shoot pretty high with this one, man. If you can get someone that kind of likes ETN, I think you could go for. Try to get Brian Thomas. Same team. Try to get Brian Thomas. I think that could be a play. It's not about who you get. It's about what team you target in your league. You got to find a team that needs a running back because you're not going to get full value if you're trading him for a flex for a team. Find a team that has like a bad RB2. Find a team that had Tyron Tracy as their RB2 or had James Conner and does not have a second running back. Then you're going to get the most for him. And you could package him in one of your receivers and get like a stud, like a Nico Collins or a Drake London. That's the key. Like the names are important, but like the situation that other people are in is just as important, right? They definitely should trade high for a corner. The Packers should trade high for a corner because what I saw tonight, and their pass rush wasn't all that impressive, which is kind of weird, but the corners are always going to look better on Green Bay because their pass rush is elite and their scheme's pretty good. So when they're getting exposed in that situation, it's not good. They're not good corners. Nixon's pretty good. I think Nixon's a good corner, especially now that he's not returning anymore. He's just focusing on being a corner. He's pretty good, but he's not a shutdown guy. And they don't need a shutdown guy. They just need like a trying to think like a Dre Bly. Remember Dre Bly? Someone like that. Not actually Dre Bly because he's like 50 now. Ooh, Raheem Mostert. Fuck yeah, Raheem Mostert. Hey, Raheem Mostert got some run today, boys. I'm going to put this up here. Remind these fellas. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I'm one of those YouTube guys. Like and subscribe. Do I sound like them now? I think they'll do something. I think they kind of have to because this was embarrassing. Like, a tie is better than a loss. They should have lost this game. I mean, they should have won the game, and then at the end, they should have lost the game. Like, they shouldn't even have been close. This should not have been a discussion tonight. I can't believe the Cowboys did what they did. But, hey, you know what? Congratulations. They played well. I'll tip my cap to the Cowboys a little bit for, they grinded it out. They were on grinder. Huh. It's really weird. I could see that. I don't think that Pete Carroll's that bright anymore to do that. Your offensive line's a problem right now. But Josh Jacobs is a stud. Jordan Love's playing well. Your receivers are banged up. That never matters, though. Micah did not really make an impact this game either, which is weird. Might have been a little too jacked up. I don't know. But they were really focusing on taking him out of the out of the equation, and they did. That was probably what Jerry said. I mean, I don't think any of us saw over 24 points for the fucking Cowboys. That's why I stayed away from this game betting, just because I thought it'd be a blowout or a low-scoring game. Well, hey, no, Drake May looks good, bro. He's a fumbling machine, a turnover machine. You know who else is a fumbling and turnover machine? Josh Allen, the first 2 years of his career. And Drake May is a mini Josh Allen. And they have no weapons and no O-line. Drake May looks great. He looks great. He looked great last year. He looks great this year. I'm not worried about like the bad plays. I'm looking at the good plays. He'll clean that shit up, man. I'm pretty high on Drake May. Like if it was Dynasty, really high on Drake May. He's a gamer. He's a guy that says not going to miss games. Yes, he makes some hero ball plays, but like, dude, I'm down for that. He doesn't throw the ball. He's the opposite of Kyler Murray. That's why I like Drake May. He's a franchise quarterback. And I'm more confident in Drake May than I am Caleb. Caleb has some more wow moments and like has like all the tools, I suppose. Better, he can make all the throws where Drake May really can't, but Drake May can make almost all the throws. I mean, Josh Allen took 2 years to get there. It was 2 rough years, and then he slowly got better. And then the third and fourth year, he was like for fantasy, and they were scoring a lot of points, but he was like the number 1 in turnovers. At first year, he couldn't throw the ball. It was just like rocketed over everyone's head. But Drake May's in the same. Drake May was more polished coming out than Josh Allen. Now I don't really play Dynasty, but I could try to think of. It depends on your situation, Griffin. Are you like in a rebuild mode, or are you trying to win now? I think we whiffed on that one because their win total is pretty high, right? It was 9. And that was, I think, more reflective of their schedule, which was cupcake. But it's hard to project schedule, year in, year out. You can go off last year and like projected talent on the rosters and coaching changes and shit. But that is probably was probably always going to be an under. But it's the same, you guys are in the same spot. Patriots and Bears in the same spot. We have no chance to win this year in terms of like anything relevant. It's about progression, right? You want to see Drake May take that leap. We want to see Caleb take that leap. We have a lot of weapons for Caleb, and that is that's not a ringing endorsement for Caleb, right? Oh, Sub-Zero, I love you. I hope you sub to the channel so you can be on here all the time with me because you're fucking awesome. I just mentioned an old Yeller situation the other night. I forget who I was talking about. I was like, I could just take him out back. And have you seen old Yeller? 100%. Ramondre Old Yeller, that guy. But they signed him. They signed him to a deal, man. I think here's the thing. I think Antonio Gibson more so needs to get out of there because he is like kind of like just the odd man out. He's the the third wheel there. Like it's fine if you just have Ramondre and Travion Henderson. Give 65 to Henderson and 30 to Ramondre. I don't want no 20% of fucking Antonio Gibson. Win now for sure. You could trade for Kamara. If you're in a win now mode, I think I'd want Kamara. Right? Is that too much though? Like, because Kenneth Walker's uncertain future. Like, are they rolling with Charbonnet? Are they rolling with Kenneth Walker? Like, which one is the running back of their future, or is it not even on their team yet? So we don't know. I'm gonna play you again. I don't like Kenneth Walker. He's very athletic. He's very awesome to watch, but we call him the tiny dancer around here, and this is why. Always dancing, dude. Always fucking dancing. Yeah, dude, we're having a subscriber league for sure. I'm already starting this soon. So I'll do 2 leagues, as many as I get in terms of the Patreon. I'm doing multiple leagues, and I want to do a dynasty startup, like a hardcore dynasty league. And then I want to do a redraft league. And then I think at the end of this year, I want to do a playoff fantasy league. I don't know if you've ever played a playoff fantasy. Like we're talking about actual NFL playoffs, where you draft all the players, and when the team's eliminated, the players are gone, right? And then there's still a waiver wire and shit. I'm going to do that. Oh, maybe it's hard to do like 14-team league, so it's probably a 12-team league. Do like $200 or something. Usually, if you don't know the people, I mean, I know you guys like think you know me, but I'm also a crook. I'll steal your fucking money. Kidding. We can do like League Safe. They take 10% fee or whatever. Super fun, man, because you're predicting that you're trying to take good players, but you want to take players that advance far, and you have to kind of match up like what team has a bye. And then by the Super Bowl, you're starting like the fucking third string tight end. It's awesome, bro. Let me know if you guys have played like actual fantasy like playoffs, like the NFL playoff fantasy. It's super fun. I've done it like 5 years. Super fun. I want to do that. Yeah, I'll message you, Mouth. But what I think, but I don't think you're cooked. 2-2 is not bad. Yeah, I hate Gibson. I mean, Gibson is all the athletic talent in the world. He's a knucklehead, though. So I think the one to trade right now, honestly, is you got to trade Justin Herbert right now. You have Jaden Daniels. You're not going to get as much for Jaden Daniels, Gabriel, as you would normally. So you're going to roll with Daniels. You trade Herbert and a running back, or Herbert and a wide receiver, and upgrade one of those positions. So yeah, I want to do a fantasy playoff league. Again, I'll have the Patreon running in a couple days. A lot of tiers, a lot of benefits, a lot of awesome stuff there. Also a way to keep the show on. I have a 2-month gap here, about 7 weeks before I have to accept this job, take this job, or say no to the job and do this for full time. But I've been doing this full time for 4 years while working. Right now, I'm not, for free, and like I want to do this like as a job, like, and just maybe not as a job, but like I can support myself in other ways too. But this is a blast. You guys are a fucking blast. So that's the goal, man. And I know how much shit's out there right now. It's not good. I'm not like an expert, I guess. I don't know who is an expert. Matt Harmon's an expert. That guy's a G. That's the only guy I really watch, like, religiously. But the community in the chat makes this what it is, because it's not just my opinion, it's your guys' opinion. And my guest, again, I've done the last 3 shows solo. I have 4 guests that come on. They've just been one was at a wedding. A couple of them have kids, but they will be on here regularly. I won't be doing all these shows solo. I like the solo shows sometimes. It's a lot of work and just like a lot of it's like numbs my brain sometimes. There's a lot of stuff to pay attention to. If I have someone to fill a little bit of time, it helps. What's up, Jelly Pop? I lost neighbors, probably move James Cook or Josh Jacobs to get a wide receiver 1. I don't know if you want to make, but you're going to make, when you do that, you make weakness though. So I think you hold tight or try to pair something. Who you trade low for? I think what you try to do is target a guy like Ladd McConkey. Not for those guys. So don't move Cook or Josh Jacobs. Try to trade something else. No, Jay. It's been pretty vague about Lamar. He pulled himself out of the game early, so that can't be positive, right? I don't think it's IR, but I think it's 2 weeks. Now, the upside is in terms of his availability, they're 1-3, and they can't go 1-5. But if he comes back and re-injures himself, they're done. We've seen this before. Without Lamar, that team sucks, especially with their defense being hurt. So, like, it's a weird situation right there in Baltimore. No one saw this coming, right? Griffin, trust me, I'm the number one, like, snap share guy that, like, I care about that, right? But, like, James Cook's 55% of the snaps is essentially 80% of other players' snaps. Like, when he's on the field, he's getting the ball, and they're high-value touches, and the offense fucking hums. So I'm not worried about the snap share. James Cook is a top 5 running back. I whiffed on that one. I think I have 2 James Cook shares, maybe 2 out of 25 leagues. And he was going, like, end of the 3rd round. I think it was I love Ray Davis personally. I thought he'd get more work, and the holdout scared me. So that's why I was off of James Cook, like, relative to where he was going. Sub-Zero, I think it's got to happen. I mean, like Waddle, I think they will hold on to Waddle because Waddle's a young player, and we saw what he did early in his career. And it's just been such a messy, weird situation with the Tua injuries, with the McDonald coaching thing, with Tyreek Hill just being a knucklehead. Tyreek Hill needs to go. And that's a guy that can get a 3rd or 4th round pick if they trade in the right. Like, I think a perfect situation for Tyreek Hill is trade Tyreek Hill to Washington. Washington needs that. They need another playmaker. Debo can be used as a gadget player. Terry McLaurin can actually be used more creatively. And now you have Tyreek Hill out there with Jaden Daniels. They traded a 3rd round pick, right? They got the pick for Brian Robinson. Now that was only a 5th round pick or a 6th round pick, but, like, yeah, that's the play, I think. Even I would say the Packers, but they seem to have a pretty good wide receiver core. Gabriel, my current tight ends are Johnston and Njoku, and the league is points per completion. Does that affect anything? Yeah, you want an elite. If it's points per completion, you want an elite ass quarterback, a pocket quarterback especially. Yeah, Neighbors, it's not officially torn ACL, but it's essentially officially torn ACL. It's an ACL, so he's out for the year. Sucks, man. That's the thing. Good call. Sub-Zero, you are the man, bro. I like you making points with factual evidence and good, like bullet points. Genius, because Hill is a horrible culture fit for 90% of the league. Like, he needs to go to a spot that has a good culture. And Washington, believe it or not, actually kind of does have a good culture. It was kind of like the Jalen Carter pick, right? Jalen Carter would have busted anywhere else. He went to the Eagles. We had awesome veteran defensive linemen there, good coaching staff, good infrastructure. It worked. So Tyreek Hill could go to the Chiefs, but they don't need him right now. Teams like that. You can't send Tyreek Hill to the Raiders, right? We've seen that play out. So the Tua contract, I think it's 2 more years, bro, at like $55 million. So like 2 more after this year. So they're fucked. I mean, Tua is not even an NFL quarterback right now. It's bad. Like, we rip on Kyler Murray on this channel a lot for being a fucking pipsqueak and a munchkin and a garden gnome. But, like, Kyler Murray is at least functional. He's a starting NFL quarterback. He's just kind of trash. Tua is, like, not even a backup. Would you even want Tua as your backup quarterback? Because, like, you got to baby him. He can't make any plays outside the pocket. His arm is a noodle arm. He's a system quarterback that can't even like execute the system right now. Now, the system might be broken, but here's the point. I literally think that if I was a Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle owner or A-Chain owner, I think it'd be better with Zach Wilson. And when I'm telling you something's better with Zach Wilson, like, that's fucking insane. That's like, yeah, my kid would be safe if Pee Wee Herman was watching him. Like, no, dude. Like, I don't want Pee Wee Herman watching my kid. Like, I don't want Tua being my quarterback. Terrible. We don't want that. Terrible. Tua sucks. It's bad. Stafford. Whoever you say, it's Stafford. Quentin Ewers is terrible. I think he's terrible. Like watching, who was I watching? I was watching like Matthew Golden and then Isaiah Bonds like highlights before the draft to like scout them. And Quentin Ewers underthrows every deep ball. He's not an NFL quarterback. Like I honestly think Zach Wilson could be better. Like he is better than Tua. Now I think Ewers might have more upside than Zach Wilson because we know what Zach Wilson is. But Zach Wilson was still a top 3 pick. What was the tweet, Unique? No, I didn't see it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So Green Bay was what I said originally when I was talking about a Hill trade. And that was even before Jaden Reed's injury because they just need a guy there. They need a field stretcher. They don't have one. Like Golden is that guy, but he's still a rookie. And they have a good culture. But I don't know if that works there. Arizona, I guess, because Michael Wilson's running every route, and that's not great. Buffalo's a spot, right? Buffalo's a spot. But, like, would they really trade him in division? That's weird. Your whole franchise, McAuliffe, is bad. The O-line's bad. The defense is terrible. You made so many bad, like, high defensive signings that don't even play for you. Like Bradley Chubb has played like no games for you. I still like Bradley Chubb, but like he's not available. And Jalen Ramsey, dude, it just go down the list. It's not good. All right, gentlemen, I am winding down. I'll say this. I have like 6 ounces of beer left. I know a lot of you guys have already subbed. If I get 5 subs before this beer is done, I will get one more beer and just talk about whatever the fuck you want. Movies, start, sit, trades. You can talk about whatever. This is my worst stream I've ever done, honestly. So anyone that's sticking around, I appreciate you. I am fried. Like my brain ain't working. I'm not talking right. I'm powering through though. The other ones are much better. The other guys will probably agree. This is my 4th day, third or 4th day in a row doing solo streams, and usually they're like 3 hours. And like, I like doing them more occasionally. So, no, I'll stick on though. Like I said, I'm a man of the people. But if I get 5 subs, I got 1. If I get 5, I will fucking stick around for one more beer. I can't say no to beer. I'm an alcoholic. Shit, you're like motivating me to get drunk more. Scott White, Daniels is out again. Harley, any quarterbacks left in my league. I tried to pick up Stafford, but lower seed got him. I started Flacco. Browning going forward, I like. So Browning had 2 really tough matchups. Like Denver tomorrow night is tough, and then the Vikings is really tough. But after that, it gets easier, and I like Browning for fantasy. Daniels will be back. Like after losing today, they have to bring him back. He's fine. They're being safe with him. They have to be. Not to mention McLaurin's hurt. Like they have some injuries on that team. Eckler getting hurt. He'll be back and he'll be fine. I think they just didn't want to fuck around with like a re-injury of him. The fact that he got hurt pisses me off because you watch that game. That was the Packers game, bro. They were down by 17 points and they had they were down 27-10 with like 6 minutes left, and they had Daniels out there. The play after Eckler tore his Achilles, they keep fucking Daniels on the field, and that's when he got that knee injury, man. Bad coaching. I hate that. It's my biggest pet peeve in the world. That and pedophiles. I hate them. Fucking done with them, bro. Kill them all. Kill the coaches that play guys, like relevant players or franchise quarterbacks when the game's out of hand. Week 3, week 2. Stupid shit. Stupid. Ooh, that's an existential question. I love that, Sub-Zero. I would say 5 because the new age NFL, maybe more. Like, it's not like it used to be, bro. Like, I mean, Dolphins for sure. 5. I'd say 5 coaching spots. Yeah, Scott. Neighbors is 100% gone for the year. It hasn't been like officially, the news hasn't broken yet, but like he was ruled out really fast. His reaction, the team says an Achilles or an ACL, like he's done. He's done. Whoa. So Unique says AJ Brown tweeted, "If you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders and be on your way." Man, see, here's the problem with that tweet. It's rough right now for AJ Brown, fantasy wise, for his own stats. They are 4-0. Okay, they just won the Super Bowl. So, I'd much rather prefer a TO, like a Terrell Owens, like old school, like rant on the sidelines where he's just like, throw me the damn ball, over this cryptic tweets when you're 4-0. Like, bro, like Devonta Smith isn't eating. He's not saying shit. He's a fucking a Pro Bowl player, not quite AJ Brown level. Saquon Barkley's having bad numbers. Like, Jalen Hurts' numbers aren't great. So like, who cares? You're 4-0. That's just I didn't think AJ Brown was that dude, but like, whoo, that's rough, man. Russell Wilson won't get traded because no one wants Russell Wilson. Zay says, I got fucked over bad, bench DK and lost by 15. I'm so pissed. It was a tough matchup. His Vegas number was at 50 yards, so I get why people did it. I will never bench DK because I just love DK. Who did you bench him for, if you don't mind me asking? Griffin, I don't think Woody Marks can repeat his performance as in like in the near future, but he's going to be the lead back there. So no, I mean, in this game, Woody Marks was the RB1 there. And that wasn't a game script. That Woody Marks is a third down receiving back plus, right? He's a bigger receiving back. So this is not the game script that should have worked for Woody Marks. The fact that it did work, is positive, right? This is a Nick Chubb game. Should have been a Nick Chubb game. They shut him out. They were never in doubt of losing this game. They want to kill clock, and they're playing a rookie who's a better receiving down back. That tells me that Woody Marks is the RB1 there. Yeah, he did. You mix that with the reading books on the sideline and shit. Like, that just sucks for like dude, you're 4-0. Like, they're the favorites in the NFC. Yeah, for Golden, I get you, man. I see why, because here the thing is Golden started out with a 46-yard reception on like the second play of the game. So you're probably like, okay, all right, like that's what we thought, and then he disappears. So Golden is a hold, but there's a lot of bad coaching in the NFL, and they're all young, and they're all white typically. And I'm also white, so I can say that. So maybe give the job to the most qualified dude. Yeah, bro. My $500 league dude did not take out Jaylen Warren, and I need 20 points from. I have Breece Hall and who the hell is it? The kicker from the Broncos, Will Lutz. So like, I would have definitely lost if he had just started. He didn't have Gainwell, but he could have started someone else that would get like 8 points. Fuck, Stafford went off, Gabriel. He went off. That Tutu Atwell touchdown was just a fucking dagger in the heart, right? What's up, Gator? How you doing, bro? Let's see. Yeah, 2-2. You're fine. If you were 1-3, it'd be a little different, but yeah, he's got more juice than Kyron ever had, though. He's a little bigger. Kyron's small, dude. Kyron's like 200 pounds. So yeah, I can see that. That's a ringing endorsement because Kyron out of Notre Dame is a fucking stud. Like, he's a gamer is the word I'd use. I'm not a big Kyron fan, but I respect the dude's game. Unique says, when do I think Lamb is back? Yes, I was very impressed with Cam Scatterbo. That dude is just a walking concussion, though, unfortunately. But I love the way he plays. He energized the team. Like, that is what you need with a rookie quarterback. So he's took this job today. I know it was like 3.3 yards per carry. If you watch the game, though, he was getting the hard yards. They trust him. He's going to have more catches going forward, especially with Neighbors being out. I'm very impressed with Cam Scatterbo. Lamb is probably back I'd say week 7. It's a 3-week injury, maybe week 6. Unique needs 3 points from Breece Hall to win. Okay, so let's just hope for some early points and no mysteries, if you know what I mean. Damn, yeah, dude. I only started Gainwell in one of the 3 weeks I had him in. And one of them I started Tony Pollard over him, and that's just stupid. But like, Tony Pollard's playing 90% of the snaps, and I thought that Trey Sermon would get some work, and I thought they'd give Caleb Johnson some work, and I didn't think they'd be winning the game. So I'm right there with you, bro. Like I made that mistake as well. Yeah, Alex, dude, I'm in, bro. Like I'm doing this shit. I'm doing multiple fan leagues. Like as many people sign up for the Patreon, there's like different levels that like there's 2 levels that are eligible for the fan league. There's one that like fan leagues, right? There's one that's priority. If you're in this tier, you're getting in the league, and I'll do as many as it takes to fill that. Then I have another one that's like eligible, and I'm gonna try to do it. Why the fuck not? I love playing with new people. I play 25 leagues, so like I could just do 3 less fan tracks leagues and do commissioners. And I don't like to commission a lot of leagues. I already have 2 I commish, but it's not that hard, dude. And like commissioning that is. And like it's also a way to like connect people. And a lot of the people on the chat on the Discord have been connecting, and I do appreciate that because this is something different than other channels have to offer. So well, Blake Corum's good. Sub-Zero, you're saying you don't like Blake Corum? Blake Corum's better than Kyron Williams, bro. Better talent than Kyron Williams. Now I'm gonna add another beer after this comment. Jarquez Hunter's got juice, but there's a reason he hasn't been active for a game yet, and maybe that's a Sean McVay thing. Julian says up 30 points with Sutton. Opponent has Bo and Dobbins. Oh, you won. I mean, you have Sutton, so like, I think you're good, bro. Unless like Bo Nix throws 2 touchdowns to J.K. Dobbins, for instance, and Sutton has a goose egg, you win. Yeah, Montgomery, what a wild ride that is. Like, not a great matchup against the Ravens. At least it didn't seem like one, and goes off for that fucking 30 burger. And now he really got 1 point today. I have 0 Montgomery, so I actually wasn't against him at all either. Go figure. You know what? I was against Montgomery in 5 leagues last week. Not against him once. No, maybe I was. He was on the bench of the teams I was playing. I doubt he would have been on the bench though. That's how fantasy goes though. Lost 3 matchups because like on Monday night, I think it was Monday night, right? Or Sunday. I think it was Monday. Yeah, Monday. I lost 3 matchups because of Montgomery. And now, of course, he gets 1 the next week. Cool. When they won by fucking 23 points. 20 points? Jesus, fuck. It's the way she goes, boys. Well, Sub-Zero, that's my point, is that they are the same back. And that I'm not saying I love Corum. I'm just saying, like, I don't think Kyron's better than Corum. I think it's kind of close. And at this stage of their career, with all the work that Kyron's got, Corum's just bigger and he's bigger and faster. Kyron's really good in pass pro. He's very savvy. He's really good around the goal line. But Corum's good too. So I think they're tied. That's why I love Corum, just because he's going to slot right into that role if Kyron goes down. Mister, how you doing, dude? Pork sausages are delicious. All sausages are delicious, dude. My wife likes those. Thornton on the Raider had absolutely 0 points. So sad for my OP. And he had a drop, pretty bad drop there at the end. I think that would have been a touchdown, if I recall, or it would have been like close to a touchdown. It was like a 20-yard reception. Thornton blows. So my comparison to Thornton that I always told everyone was talking about, a lot of the experts, right? I said, do you remember Jalen Hyatt? Remember Jalen Hyatt? He's still on the Giants, I believe. He's just buried on a bad wide receiver depth chart. He also went to Tennessee. Jalen Hyatt was a first-round pick. Thornton was a 4th-round pick or a 3rd-round pick. And Jalen Hyatt was a speed demon, bro. Way better numbers in college, and he's done nothing. He gets hit in the head with balls. The cable guy. Yeah, same guy. But that's a ringing endorsement for Corum for me, because you're getting Corum in the 12th round. So, like, obviously Kyron's been great for fantasy relative to his skill level. Like, because, like, you know how Sean McVay is. So that's why I love Corum, because, like, he's going to get all the work, right? Then Hunter would get the 3rd down work and shit if you had a Kyron injury. But, like, Corum is, like, up there for me with Tyler Algier, strictly because Algier would be better if he was the starter with an injury to Bijan, but Bijan just doesn't get hurt, and Kyron does get hurt. So I'd almost prefer Corum, just because it's more likely I get some games starting from Corum than I do from Algier. Jono Ball, you did, man. And I have a couple Woody, man. I have a Woody for Woody. I don't mind Woody Marks. I thought that Nick Chubb would hold down the job a little longer than fucking 4 weeks. Yeah, I think we talked about this one. If you have a decent backup for Josh Allen, you take JSN. I'm not trying to speak. I'm trying to do the other thing. And Well, I don't know. I have like 4 Bijan shares, but I have like 14 Algier shares. So I don't know. I don't want to. You know what? I don't believe in jinxes. You shouldn't either, Sub-Zero. You're too smart for that. I'm a Cubs fan. Jinxes ain't real. Oh, I love Dowdle too. Dowdle's in that handcuff range of. Now, I'd probably rather have Woody Marks right now because you could play Woody Marks. But Dowdle's getting some goal line carries. He's stealing some work for sure. All right, I have 2 drinks left of this beer. 3 subs in the next 2 minutes. I will get 1 more beer. Otherwise, I'm going to have to be back tomorrow night after Monday Night Football. My boy Story's coming on. Little double team action. He is awesome. We're going to be talking all football all the time. Gabriel, Herbert for Benson. Yeah, I want Benson over Herbert if you have a decent backup. Well, Joe, especially Brock Bowers, because Myers has been fine. He's actually like exceeded your draft capital for him. Bowers is not. Well, Hubbard came into the game a little banged up, and he definitely is ceding a lot of work. Ravens suck. Packers whack. For letting Cowboys tie. Chargers garbage. Can't be consistent. I'm not worried about the Chargers, man. I'm worried about their offensive line for sure. But I mean, Herbert's a real deal right now. They're doing all this with Lad McConkey being a zero, and they'll get Khalil Mack back in a few weeks. Like they're a playoff team. I still like them more than the Broncos. I think the Broncos are a good bet right now before the game tonight. I think the Broncos might be a good bet to win that division because you have people riding high in the now. They're missing both their tackles now. The Chargers are missing both their tackles. They're 1 offensive line injury away from having like a bottom 5-0 line. So I think that I still like the Broncos. I think that's a good bet. I bet they're 5-1 to win the division. My guess. Dubs, bro. I know, Astro. You have a fucking chubby for Dubs. 3 tutters, man. Dude, I feel like it's like fucking deja vu. Like he gets so many of those touchdowns, which are high value touchdowns, right? The little slant route on like the 4-yard line. He gets some fades like that. And he's not a big guy. He doesn't comp as a guy that would score touchdowns. That's like what you do with DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams. He's getting those fucking targets. It was a what the fuck. Week 3 was a what the fuck too. Oh, Aaron farted. I mean, hey, if you think so, bet on the Broncos right now, bro, for winning the division because you're getting good odds. Oh, I don't know about that one, Zero. Man, it's tough. It's tough because I think it's the offensive line. And like, is it his fault? Right? Is it his fault? I would take DeMeco Ryans as a head coach of my team any day of the week. Like, he is a leader of men. I like him. He's only led them to 2 playoff wins in 2 years. Like, and they were the worst team in the league when he took them. So I don't know about this week, Unique. It's a tough matchup, but I'm fine. I am not worried about Jamar Chase like most are. Keith, I would probably still take, if it's full PPR, I think I want Rashee Rice for Judkins if you have running back depth. Again, possible suspension still being there. It's tomorrow. I'm worried about T. Higgins especially. Somehow his number is 50 yards in Vegas right now, and Jamar Chase is only at 63. Super weird. You can't drop him though. He's fucking everyone up the bum, man. It's not Derrick Henry. He looks fine. The fumbles are his problem. Yes, him. I get it. He's not on the field. He's not getting touches. He had like 8 carries today, dude. Wan'Dale probably is a must add. I wouldn't necessarily say must start, but I think Darius Slayton could be in that conversation as well. And I will say this. I think Darius Slayton's game matches up with Jackson Dart more than Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale Robinson's a slot timing guy. Jackson Dart is more of a scramble around a little bit and throw the ball downfield, which is more of a Darius Slayton thing. I would still rather have Wan'Dale than Darius Slayton, but like Wan'Dale is going to be more like sought after. So that's my thing on those guys. that it could be either of those unique. The fact that he pulled himself out of the game though is concerning because we know Lamar has big aspirations. Yes, he wants to win a championship. He also wants to win another MVP. He's got a lot to prove, and like he gets shit on by everyone, right? Everyone shits on fucking Lamar. So the fact he pulled himself out of that game, that was the game of the week at 3:00. Like, I feel like it's something, and it's probably 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I blame the GM in for the Texans for sure. Agreed. I agree with that one. Fluent farts. I like saying that. I'm worried about Higgins more for sure. Definitely more worried about Higgins. But the difference is you didn't take Higgins as high, although he's still a 3rd round pick. Ooh, Eagles Broncos will be a good ass game. I think I might take the Broncos, dude. Eagles have to come down to earth. They have to lose a game. Yeah, what is this Todd Monken thing? Again, it looks so good. Like, just think of the first 2.5 quarters against the Bills week 1. How fucking unstoppable they looked. And then look at the last. Even the first half against the Browns. I know the Browns have a good D. That was trash. And Lamar just, like, manufactured 3 touchdowns. It's just not been good, man. Not been good. Yeah, I am getting another beer for that comment, bro. I'm going to do that just for you. Again, you're the kind of person I want on here. Again, I appreciate all you guys, all the new subs. Sub-Zero, I can tell as a sub and as a dude. You're going to be one of these Chase wasn't on here today, but Steve Casey, Elite hasn't been on here, but there's been like 30 guys now that are on the Discord. I'll get you on that as well. That are I feel lifers and just discovered this channel that are going to be for the long haul because you know ball and you know real and real knows real. And that's the people I want. And I want to appease you. Dude, if I was a girl, I would suck so much dick, bro. I would like, if I was a girl and I had a boyfriend, I would suck him off like 5 times a day. That's the kind of guy I am. And unfortunately, as a guy, I can't just like eat my girl out 5 times a day because like they're not into it like we are. Like we all love getting our dick sucked. Not all girls like getting eaten out. It's really weird. If I was a girl, I'd love my pussy eaten. Wouldn't you? Feels great. There's so many like layers to it. And like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, the upside's better. Is that a weird rant? Probably. So Derrick Henry is fumbling more because he's... No, I think the fumbles are just fucking like random and fluky, dude. They showed the stat in 2023 and 2024. He had 1 fumble. All those carries. And he has 3 fumbles this year. Yeah, dude. Face talk. Stephon Diggs. I wanted to bet him this week. I should have fucking bet him. I knew his number was going to rise. He looked okay. He looked a little slow after the catch, but not as bad as Chris Godwin. Now, Chris Godwin looked like shit. Shitty shit. What, 9 targets, 2 catches or some shit? Well, okay. Harbaugh's still a good coach. Now, we talk about Todd Monken, still a good coach. Like, we're not going to do better than those guys. But yes, there's 5 or 6 coaches every year that are just absolute garbage. Like Anthony Pierce when he was coaching the Raiders, that we could probably do better than. Underrated 82. What's up, man? What fantasy players should we start to panic about? Well, Derrick Henry for sure. Ladd McConkey would be one. Guys that you took high, right? That you should panic about. T. Higgins. There's a lot. And I'm still worried about Brian Thomas, right? I'm still worried about him. I'm really worried about Travis Hunter. Drake May looks great. He looks great. The Broncos defense is elite. It is for real. It is I'm not saying it's elite for real. I'm saying to you for real. The Broncos defense is elite and it has very, very exotic schemes. And if they can stop the run, they can stop the Eagles. And their defense is underperformed. So I feel like they're due. We'll see what happens Monday night before I make a bet or even like endorse it. But that's a tough matchup for the Eagles. Johnston is a bona fide stud. Still early May. He's looking like an early winner. You're talking about Jawan Johnson, 50? Yeah, I'm one of those people, Chandler, that look like a high number, and it just smashed. I mean, I know the player Jackson Dart is. I know he's a scramble first quarter. Like he's not a scramble first guy. He's a big mobile quarterback, like a Josh Allen. I know it was his first game. I thought it was a high ass number, but the Chargers were just letting him do whatever he wanted. So, Yeah, unfortunately, Unique. Here's the discouraging thing about Pacheco scoring a touchdown. It was a receiving touchdown. I want to see him get a goal line carry. He's not getting those. I did not see that. Like, how wide open? Oh, so you're talking about the throwaway play that he threw away? Wicks was open? No, actually, Sub-Zero, I wasn't feeling it, but like I get in grooves and like I'm used to doing 3-hour solo shows. So like now that I'm at 2 hours and 11 minutes, I'm actually feeling pretty fucking good on 2 hours of sleep. I'm kind of a psycho. And as long as I get like 30 people in here, bro, I'm gonna keep on fucking raking it in. I got a couple people subbing here, some new fucking people. This is what I'm doing. I'm all in, baby. I'm all in. Again, tomorrow I got a new sponsor on the show. I got the Patreon getting set up. We got a lot of good things in the works here. So, you know, I've been doing this for free for so long. I'm gonna keep on doing it. And maybe I can make some money. Maybe y'all can help me out. I'm like a homeless guy, bro. Like, again, change. I don't know if you guys watch South Park. One of my favorite episodes. Change. Just a little change. Everyone turns into a homeless dude. Vincent says, do Jews really eat foreskin? They have foreskin. I don't know if they eat it, but like it'd be, if you could grow it up, it might be okay. How is defense for the Broncos? Defense for the Broncos is elite. The numbers aren't elite, but it's good. Because Tracy's 2 to 4 weeks. I think they probably should have just done it. And maybe right now with what Scatabo showed, they might do it. Right, Scott? Like, he's the dude. And like, why not just Tracy's going to be the third down back? So we don't know, man. We old school. We don't know about Terry McLaurin because he went to a specialist, then he got a second opinion, and then he missed the week. So he has multiple injuries. It's like an oblique, it's a groin, it's a hip. He's got 3 injuries. It's like a Juwan Jennings situation. That's why you don't hold out. That's why the Commanders are. I'm going on a Commanders rant because I have so many goddamn Brian Robinson Jr. shares this year in best ball, early Brian Robinson Jr. shares. And they traded him. They need him. JCM is nothing. He's not great. He's a rookie, 7th rounder. And they gave him away for nothing. They didn't pay Terry McLaurin until like a week before the season. Bro, you have Jaden Daniels on a rookie contract. You went to the NFC Championship game last year. Pay your dudes. Terry McLaurin's earned it. He is a consummate pro that wants to stay in your shitty-ass town and shitty-ass franchise. Fuck. I hate fucking Washington, dude. Pissing me off. So they deserve what's coming to them is all I'm saying. Fluent says, in your opinion, what matters more, drafting a good team from the start or being the best in the waiver wire to actually win fantasy? You can also toss like being good at trades and then also start sit decisions. So here's what I break down fantasy as. It's 33% luck, which is for real, based on matchups and like injury luck and all that stuff. It's 33% skill, which I'm going to include drafting. So 33% drafting, and then so 33% luck, 33% drafting, 33% skill, which is your waiver wire moves, your start sit decisions. It's broken up like that. Now it's hard to win your league drafting. It's really easy to lose your league with a draft. But if you draft the right players, if you drafted Cooper Kupp 4 years ago, whatever it was, and he was a 4th rounder, 3rd rounder, and he had that epic year. Michael Thomas the first year, like Todd Gurley when he was a 3rd rounder after that awful inefficient year he had. Those are league-winning picks. Now, if you back that up with some solid other picks, you're going to win your league if you don't fuck it up. But it's 33, 33, 33. So I think drafting is the most important because if you don't have a good foundation to your team, then your waiver wire moves, like that's all relative to injuries that happen and stuff that becomes available. So it's the draft's the most important. It's not everything though. Having Dart and Scatabo playing with so much risk in their style is concerning. Yeah, they're both, dude. Dart's a fucking madman out there. So it's going to be fun. And you know what? The Giants need some fun because watching Russell Wilson back there was not fun. Now, watching Jameis Winston would be fun. The whole Bengals just got decimated. Yeah, it's a push, man. I don't know how it works in confidence pools. No one gets the point. Whoa, I gave off major uncircumcised vibes? What does that mean? Is that like the small man syndrome? Like I have a giant truck and I'm driving around like a big rig truck and I'm small, short guy like Tom Cruise? I'm definitely circumcised, bro. I'm white as hell. Like I'm the whitest dude you know. Like that's a great show, by the way. That's actually the director. If you know, the director from Barbarian and Weapons is from the old show, The Whitest Kids You Know. It's a Canadian show. It's a sketch comedy show. I'm really white, dude. So like, I think most white dudes are circumcised. Now Europeans are not circumcised, and Indians are not circumcised at all. I just heard this. I read this on the internet. But thanks for your comment, bro. Chief Queef, I take you very serious. Thoughts on the Cowboys after tonight's game? It's a win for the Cowboys. This was a win for the Cowboys and a loss for the Packers. Like, they're competitive. That's what matters, right? If you're GM, are you feeding Chris Rodriguez or JCM? Probably JCM, but Chris Rodriguez is a pro. They've always liked him. He runs super hard. It's a mess there because like it's a three-way committee and Jaden Daniels takes rushing work. So JCM looks like you're not gonna be able to trust him for weeks. What's up, Max? Trade question. Depending on Monday, I was thinking of trading Sutton and Judkins. Want to know who I should target? You want an elite dude. Like, you want Nico Collins. You want a guy like that. Justin Jefferson. Because that's a lot, man. Especially especially with Sutton probably catching a touchdown tonight. Is that right, Raptors? Is he now officially the number 4 wide receiver in fantasy? So him and Odunze are like the biggest, like, and Quentin Johnston was barely drafted. In deep leagues he was a little bit, but like Odunze was like an 8th round pick. So face talk, do I eat salmon? Salmon? Yeah, I do if it's grilled. Not really into fish. I like vagina, but yeah, I can do it, but I like steak. I'm a real man. I eat meat. Like real meat. Now, if you're the Commanders, do you maybe give up Jamal Williams a workout? No, they have 3 guys there. I don't think they need anyone else. They need to figure out what the fuck they want to do there. Griffin, I love this comment. I want Jameis Winston the Bengals. Unfortunately, Jake Browning's probably a better quarterback right now than Jameis Winston. Winston's really fun, but he's just a turnover machine. So is Browning. But Browning's a young dude. He's like 25. He was 4-3 when he filled in for Burrow before, so he'll be just fine. Now he's had tough matchups. That's the problem. You're gonna win this week, Cheerio? Well, 50, if he stays healthy and this continues, unfortunately, like there's just right now, Ladd McConkey is probably like wide receiver 45, right? And he was drafted at wide receiver 11 or 12. So like, that's not going to continue. Now, Keenan Allen might get hurt. That's not going to continue. Like, I would still think Ladd's going to finish right next to QJ, if not higher. Now it's hard to leap how far he is behind him right now. But like from this point forward, I would bet right now if they offered me this on DraftKings, Ladd McConkey full PPR versus Quentin Johnston rest of the season, I'm taking Ladd McConkey. Maybe that's crazy. Dude, I look like I have a hoodie. Dude, I definitely don't have a hoodie. Not that there's not anything wrong with that. I mean, I just know girls don't like uncircumcised dicks. And if I wasn't, I'd do it myself, I think. Thank you for calling the Redskins. I prefer that too. See, you know what? It's always one thing or another. Like I had chops for a while. I had chops, and everyone ripped on my beard. Now they're ripping on my apparent uncircumcised dick, which is totally circumcised. Not that there's anything wrong with being uncircumcised. Scott says, wonder if Ingram or Waller will do anything tomorrow. Well, not Waller. I have no hope for Waller. Ingram is weird. Like he's got to do something, right? Why are they getting Cheerio? They said they're going to get rid of Reek Woolen. Like, what is this? Why is this happening? Their defense is elite. No, Russell Wilson. No one should get Russell Wilson. He is bum city, man. What's up, Devious? How you been, man? Grade my team. 10-team PPR. Mahomes, Robinson, 8-chain, London, Johnson, Kittle. Oh, your team's amazing. I mean, you have Kittle coming back, bro. Judkins, Harrison Jr., Olave. I know 10-team leagues are hard because like every team's stacked. I give it a B+. You got Bijan, the best running back in football. 8-chain's an RB1. London's going to start crushing. Quentin Johnston's a guy I trade right now, though. Like, if you can get something for Quentin Johnston with your team, Mason, Kittle. Yeah, everyone should try to get Ladd cheap right now because it can't be this bad, especially in PPR. We them birds. Yeah, I'm a Bears fan. I say that kind of hesitantly. Like, yeah, I'm a Bears fan. They're okay, I guess. I'm going to play a clip and grab a beer. I got one more beer for you guys. If you're new here, you haven't subscribed, please do. Please do. I'm going to have one more beer and answer all your questions. I want to find a clip here that's really good because I said it reminded me of this. He's okay, I guess. This one's really good.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
That's not the clip I was looking for, though. What the hell is it? What the hell is it? It's an Office Space clip. You'll know it when I play it. Here it is. I'm grabbing a beer. When I was thinking, I said that he's pretty good, I guess. It's the Michael Bolton thing.
You are Michael Bolton?
Yeah.
Is that your real name?
Yeah.
Are you any relation to the pop singer?
No, it's just a coincidence.
Vic, I'll be honest with you. I love his music. I do. I'm a Michael Bolton fan. For my money, I don't know if it gets any better than when he sings "When a Man Loves a Woman."
But you must really love his music, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty good, I guess.
You're goddamn right he is.
He's pretty good, I guess. You're goddamn right he is. All right. You in the first quarter's underdog? No, I didn't do any of those tournaments, man. I did every smaller tournament there is, like maxed out. So I'm doing really good on DraftKings, though. I did the Millionaire Maker on DraftKings, and I did 4 of them, and 3 of them in first place of my actual like 12-man league with some bangers, bro. So even if you get first and just lose the first round, it's $20 buy-in, you get like 140. So I make my money back there. Shit. Thought on the Bad Bunny halftime show. I don't even know who that is, bro. Who the fuck is it? I don't know who that is. Again, I'm a rocker, bro. I'm like Joe Dirt. My favorite bands are Def Leppard, AC/DC. No, not really. I'm a drummer. I like a lot of different kind of music, but like I don't know new music, bro. So you're gonna have to. Is he like a What does he play? Is it like electronic shit? Is it like pop? I'll start Woody next week for Pollard. Yeah, probably. Lad McConkey, bro. That's the number 1 trade target right now. You can't get any lower. Tiffany, that's a really loaded question. Thanks for tuning in. Who trades you should make? It all depends on your team, your league format. It's just really deep in terms of that that thing. Again, Lad McConkey, trade for that dude. Out of the cow turds. Who are the cow turds? Trading Chase for JSN straight up. I could see it, man. JSN's a dude. He is like the clear number 1 there. He's a great player too. And Cooper Kupp's just a dude. So I don't know if I'd quite do that just because it's Jamar Chase. Now, Jamar Chase is going to be much more inconsistent than we'd like. He's going to have some like 8 to 10 point weeks, but he still has the 35 point week potential, which I love. All right. Hopefully they get Shakira out there to shake her ass of that shit because now I'm in, right? I drink anything. I like IPAs, but in the summer, I'm in Chicago. It's not quite summer. It's still warm. I drink light beer. Drinking Keystone Light, $8.99 a 15-pack, baby. A couple lemons in there. You know, ain't nothing great, but cheerio. No. Godwin is, if you watch the game today, Godwin is cooked. It looked awful today, bro. I would sell Godwin the second someone sees 9 targets or whatever he had. I would sell him. It looked bad. Like he looks terrible, and he has had multiple major knee and leg injuries. He's bad. That is a good call because they've been blowouts. Well, one blowout, and then I don't know what the hell that Cardinals game was. I don't think so, Zach. He might show up in the stat sheet in the fantasy points wise, but like he's not showing up in the snap share. He's playing 33% of the snaps, which is not what we want from a running back. Now the Pats need a wide receiver, yes, but I don't think they're fooling themselves with a first-year coach that this is not a win now situation. It would help to have Drake May get some receivers, but I do think Kyle Williams will have a role at some point. They like Kyle Williams. I like Kyle Williams. He did get a little bit of run today. Booty's fine. Diggs is stepping up. Hunter Henry's a professional tight end. They just need to get Henderson involved. That's the key. I like Demario Douglas. He's just small, right? Dude, Godwin like can't jump right now. Like he can't, his agility is 0. He was never like that athletic of a dude. It's fucking bad. I would say no. The thing is, I would say Adonai Mitchell has the upside, except for he made 2 crazy plays today and fucked everything up. So Josh Downs is fine. He's like a metric bro. Like everyone, like that's like the advanced metric guys love Josh Downs. He's always open, right? But he's kind of just a dude. The problem is, I don't think either of those teams are going to trade Rashad Bateman or Christian Watson because they're in win now mode. So you need someone else. Dude, Keystone is essentially Coors Light, bro. There's no difference. Like, and Coors Light's just water anyway. Like all light beers are shit. I acknowledge that. I can drink a lot of them and maintain, and you know, you gotta put a fruit in them, whether it's a lime or a lemon. You pick your poison there, and they gotta be cold. That's the rule. I'm an IPA dude, and I like bourbon. Those are my drinks of choice. Scott, it's a combination, man. He shouldn't be back this early. I feel like they would have rested him a couple more weeks if it wasn't for Evans' injury. And again, he's had 2 ACLs and now that broken, like dislocated ankle, which is fucking terrible. At that age, it's a bad combo. So I think he might, like by week 7, by week 8, he might be looking more like Chris Godwin. But he did play a lot of snaps, which was like, there's some optimism there. He played like 80% of the snaps, which I didn't expect, but I think that might have been because of the game. And Chris Godwin's a gamer, bro. I love Chris Godwin, but JCM looks good. Like when he has the ball, he looks pretty good, but he's just kind of small, I guess is my thing. So he's not like a workhorse. I'm still rolling with Laporta. And unfortunately, I know on the show, I told a lot of people not to start Hunter Henry this week. And he did make his week with that touchdown, which was kind of a weird touchdown. He like got loose on the sideline there, which doesn't happen with Hunter Henry. But I'll take the L on that one. I would pick up Dak. It would be Dart. It depends. In 4 for a passing touchdown, I could see going Dart because he's got the scrambling upside. 6 for a passing touchdown is Dak. And here's my thing. If Neighbors was there, it's probably Dart. But now you got no Neighbors. You got no weapons. Fucking love that, bro. Tyler Warren is an all-purpose Swiss Army knife weapon. As a Bears fan, I'm so upset about the Colson Loveland pick. Tyler Warren was sitting there for us, man. The Titans are a bottom 5 franchise in any way you look at it. So that's why they do these things. Although Cam Ward looks awesome. Or looks awesome. Yeah, he looks awesome. He looks awful. Cam Ward, I have hope for Cam Ward. He looks like a gamer, dude. Like I feel like he's a tough dude, and he has the makeup of similar to what Drake May showed last year. The makeup of a starting NFL quarterback, not a Will Levis. Okay. Well, again, I'm 37, so I'm older than almost every NFL player. But like NFL and sports terms is old. Like guys are old at like 30, right? Like running backs are old at 28 or 29. Receivers are old at 31. So like that doesn't mean you're old. It just means that like to play at an elite level in athletic abilities, it goes fast, man. I get what you're saying, Max, but why isn't Ladd involved in all this? That's the fucking wacky thing. And you think the thing is, it should be good for Ladd because now, think about it. Last year, Ladd was eating when he was the number 1, and he doesn't comp as a number 1 receiver. He's not physical. He can't really play X receiver. Now you got to worry about Keenan underneath. You got to worry about Quentin Johnston down the field. Now you got to worry about Hampton, and you have to worry about Justin Herbert scrambling, and Ladd still can't eat. I would rather have Jamar Chase than Rashee Rice, dude. I'm not selling that low on Jamar Chase. I love how you mentioned Manungai in our future. Are you a Manungai dude? Is that your brother? I don't think he's anything special. We have some talent, but again, we also have Colson Loveland, who seems like he's trash. And if Caleb Williams ain't that dude, then our future's shit. We fleeced the Panthers, right? The Panthers, thank you, Panthers, for taking a pipsqueak and Bryce Young and giving us all those picks for him. Thank you, Carolina. But I wouldn't say our future. The reason our future isn't bright is our division. We have to play against the Lions, who are a juggernaut, the Packers, who now have Micah Parsons and an elite franchise, like a great infrastructure, and the Vikings, who have one of the best coaches in the league, an elite defense. They have a great coordinator. Like, that's why our future is not bright, is that we're in the hardest division in football. No Kamara panic. Unfortunately, he's not catching a lot of passes, Cheerio, which is very, very concerning and weird, but he still looks fine. I think the panic there is that Kendre Miller looks really good, and they're playing Kendre Miller a lot. That's the worry, right? Yeah, that's what I love about Cam Ward, bro. He's that dude. The point is, okay, I get that if you didn't like Tyler Warren, like, just don't take a tight end. And if you want a Coastal Loveland, you know what you should have done at pick 10? Was it pick 10? Bears? Trade back. Take Loveland at 19. Then that's fine. You get another second-round pick or some shit. Don't do what you did. I'll check it out, Mark. Like I said, my phone is charging. I'm using my my other phone here next to me, which does not have the Discord on it. So no, I'm actually not that hardcore of a Bears fan. Just because I know this year's hopeless. So maybe you can say I'm an asshole for that, but yeah, it's hopeless. Man, James Pierce. Big character issue guy, right? That's why he fell in the draft. They traded up for him, which everyone mocked. He looks like a dude, man. Like, he looks like a legit, like, I'm trying to think of a comp for him because he's like a really undersized, like, he's like a sports car, right? I see why the Falcons did it, and like, it seemed bad, but if you can get an elite pass rusher, and now they have two of them, that's what you need. That's the second most important position in football right now, right? Is pass rusher, because it correlates with stopping the opposing quarterback. So Logan is a good buddies with Monungai. Seems like a nice guy. Yeah, Mouth. I wasn't supposed to be on. I thought it'd be an hour stream, and you know how I fucking roll. God damn it. This is officially my last beer. I have to, because I still have some work to do. Not yet. I'll get my phone in a second. When I get off, I will. No, Marcus, there's zero chance Aaron Jones is getting his spot back as like the lead back. He'll be involved, but he's a hold. And the reason he's a hold is if something happens to Jordan Mason, now you have a starting running back. But as currently constructed, Jordan Mason today wasn't a great game. It wasn't Jordan Mason's fault. Jordan Mason looked great. He looks like pretty spry too. It's got to be Emmanuel Wilson, man. That's the handcuff, and I think he might need to be added this week with how Jacobs didn't play down the stretch, and he got a lot of work. He's dinged up, but they have a bye this week, so I think they played it safe there. But it's Emmanuel Wilson, not a guy I'd prefer to roster over like Rico Dowdle. I want Dowdle over him because I know Rico Dowdle will be the starter if something happened to Chuba, even if it's a worse offense. I think Emmanuel Wilson's in a timeshare, and they just throw the ball more. That's a good point, 50. Like, their offense has changed. That's the biggest factor, right? Is that the Chargers offense has changed, and it's not conducive to the kind of routes that Ladd runs because he's not a downfield. He's too small. Mouth, it's hopeless for the Bears, bro. Like, the Lions are legit. They're the Lions of old, okay? Legit. Packers are a juggernaut. I don't care what happened tonight. Packers are a juggernaut, dude. Their defense is elite. Jordan Love's good. Good coach, good franchise. And the Vikings are not good. The Vikings are still better than the Bears right now. Like, I want the Vikings over the Bears. I don't care who their quarterback is. Better defense. Kevin O'Connell's the real. He's good. That's why it's hopeless. And the Eagles are in our conference. Like, you know. Yeah, Membo's really good. Really good. See, I wouldn't want a running back. I don't think we need a running back. We need a running back, but I don't think we need one in the draft. I think Travion Henderson would be better for us. Or none of them. I don't know. I think we should have taken Ollie Gordon. I wanted the Bears to take Ollie Gordon because Ollie Gordon would have comped. He would have been a nice compliment to DeAndre Swift. 5th round, no capital, right? That was it, dude. Your Sub-Zero is my like kindred spirit. Daniel Hunter was the guy. He's like Daniel Hunter's a little longer than he is, but like that type of player. Well said, bro. That was the dude I was thinking of. Just crushing it right now for the Texans. No, DJ Moore, he just looks disinterested, which is like kind of the knock we had last year on him, which is not the player DJ Moore is, man. I watched DJ Moore's whole career at Carolina. I love DJ Moore, and I always loved him, and he was always a dog. He reminded me of Steve Smith a little bit, and he just isn't reminding me of that guy anymore. So, well, Mostert would be good for us, yeah. I mean, it's crazy to say, but Brian said I traded Benson for London and Dobbins for Pickens. So you traded Benson for London. Okay, you won that with London, and Dobbins for Pickens. So you're killing it. You traded your running backs. You have Bucky, Bijan, and Judkins. Jesus. You put up 234 points this week. Life is going to be good if my quarterback plays better. Well, you don't need quarterback play if you have those players, brother. No, Marshawn Lloyd is done. Marshawn Lloyd is in the same category as Jalen Wright. Just guys that can't stay healthy. Like Marshawn Lloyd gets hurt going to the grocery store. So he's not going to stay. He gets hurt in preseason. He gets hurt in walkthroughs. Like those dudes are never going to be able to be a thing in the NFL because they can't stay healthy. And they can't get the reps, right? They're not going to be trusted by the coaches. And they're not 3-down backs. See, that's a good call. And actually, I'm going to disagree with you, Cards. Again, as much as I hate on the Bears as a Bears fan, we had 3 different iterations of great teams. The Jim Miller squad was awesome with Mike Brown and the early version of Urlacher. We had the middle Urlacher section where we had Kyle Orton and Rex Grossman. We had the end of Urlacher with Lance Briggs, and we had Jay Cutler. Okay, Jay Cutler went to an NFC Championship game. We went to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, and we won 14 games with Jim Miller. So it's been better than a lot of teams, like better than the Cardinals. But we still suck. So, yeah. Aaron Jones will have a role, but like a role, he'll be better for real life for the Vikings than he will for fantasy for you. My top wide receivers right now for fantasy, I mean, Puka Nacua is number 1. I have 0 shares of him, which I fucking regret. I was worried about the Stafford back injury, man. I think we got fooled because I'm watching fucking Stafford out there. Literally, Stafford's running like tush pushes and quarterback sneaks. He must not have had a back injury. That was bullshit. And that's what I was worried about. So it's Puka for sure. St. Brown is number 2. And like those guys are both going in the back end of the first round. I still love me some Drake London and Nico Collins, though. I'll say that. Yeah, and Wilson's a really big back, too. Like he solid in pass pro, solid out of the backfield receiving, and he's a big body, like 220 pounds. So he would be the handcuff there. Let's go Mariners. It's there's no just so you know, Monty, there is no off topic on these 3-hour streams. No off topic. I'll talk movies. I will talk transsexuals. I will talk whatever you want to talk. Apparently, people are talking about me not being circumcised, and I'll entertain that. I'll entertain it. People come on here saying they're fucking my mom right now. I'll be like, tell me more. So yeah, there's nothing off topic here on the show. That's the beauty of it. And I won't really block you unless you're a bot or if you're really being disrespectful, because I want to keep positivity on this fucker. Max says Allen will get his targets because he's an alpha who demands his targets. He is an alpha, and QJ is a downfield guy, right? I still think Ladd's a good player, though. I think Ladd is an elite route runner, but I am hyped about Odunze because I liked him coming out. Last year, he did not show me a lot. His hands were not good. His route running was sloppy, but I am hyped about Odunze. Again, I'm hyped about the Bears' future. I know this year there's no hope in terms of like going to the NFC Championship game or even making the playoffs, honestly. But I don't care about the record. I care about progress. I want to see Caleb make strides. I want to see the defense kind of form a little bit. That's what I want to see. Torrey Horton just needs a Cooper Kupp injury, right? Which is most likely going to happen, right? Something like that, because Torrey Horton, you just see that he's done some good stuff at wideout this year, but you see what he does when he gets the ball in his hand when he gets a punt return. Fucking elite, bro. So like, Torrey Horton's big too. Like I thought he was a smaller dude, like a 2-2 Atwell. No, Torrey Horton's like, he's a big small guy, if that makes sense, and he's got juice for sure. Was definitely a steal of the draft, NFL draft, I think is what you're saying, right? Because not so much fantasy draft at this point, but NFL draft, yes. Mark says, I'm a Cook owner. Would you drop Sharp or Robinson Jr. for Ray Davis? I You got to trade one of them. So what you got to do is trade Robinson Jr. to the CMC owner right now, and do a 2-for-1. So try to trade a wide receiver 3 and Robinson Jr. and try to get a little upgrade at the wide receiver spot, so you can still. You don't want to drop either of those guys. Definitely not Charbonnet because he's playable. And then you get Ray Davis. Sub-Zero is like a genius because I had him very high as well. And unfortunately, the Bears already took Luther Burden, so we couldn't have taken him. That would have been a great spot. After seeing what Dart did to the Chargers, do you think he'll finish top 10? No, I would have said so because his rushing upside is elite apparently. But without Neighbors, like you're looking at Darius Slayton, you're looking at we might see my guy Jalen Hyatt might be playing X receiver, and Wan'Dale Robinson. I do like Theo Johnson. I think Theo Johnson actually sneaky tight end pickup because Theo Johnson's a monster. Cards, the Lions are like the Ravens, Bills. They don't get to the big game. They haven't. I mean, the problem is like the Bills and Ravens. The reason they haven't got to the big game is because they play against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are a thing. And the same reason that all those in the mid '90s, no one got to the championship game or won championship of the NBA because of Michael Jordan. No, Ray Davis is still the RB2. He doesn't play like the RB2 because he is the handcuff, right? They like Ty Johnson there as a third down back, so they don't need a handcuff because Cook's playing 60% of the snaps. But Ray Davis would be getting the James Cook role with an injury, and that's really appealing because Ray Davis is a very good player. Yeah, the nice thing is 50 that the Packers have a bye week, so he'll be fine, right? Yeah, I would have been great in the Bears, man. That was a dude in a 5th, 6th round pick. I don't really hate the Bears, Mouth. I'm not as like blindly following and like rooting for them and like living and dying with them as the rest of my friends. I think we could do that because I think DJ Moore is a good trade, right? He'd be a really good addition for like a contending team. Ooh, I get that. QJ's like Mike Williams on steroids though, because Mike Williams is kind of slow. In terms of real life fluent, Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Mahomes is the most accomplished quarterback in the NFL. That's tied to Andy Reid, and Allen will never equal his accomplishments. That's impossible because Mahomes is on Brady level essentially in that trajectory. But Allen's a better quarterback. Yeah, he could if you put both of them on the Raiders, for instance, Josh Allen will be more successful. He is like LeBron James. Put LeBron James on a shit ass team, he leads them to the playoffs. Not to get in that conversation, you put Kobe Bryant on a shit ass team, they don't make the playoffs because Kobe Bryant, great scorer, all time great. Doesn't elevate his teammates like LeBron does. Josh Allen elevates people. Patrick Mahomes, not so much. I just don't think Raheem Mostert does anything. Oh yeah, okay. You're saying what I'm saying, Sub-Zero. Yeah, Raheem Mostert doesn't elevate anything. He's also like 33 years old, so doesn't have a lot of wear on his tires though, because he was always a backup. Aaron Jones will probably come back week 7. I say week 7. Jalen McMillan, he's out till like week 10, bro. It doesn't look good for him. Puka scares me though. Just like again, when he plays, he's the number one guy. It's just I don't know how many games he's gonna play this year. Like I feel like he will miss 2 or 3 games with just how he plays. I just don't think that there's no reason to like trade for an old running back because I think we know our situation. Like maybe Ben Johnson's fooling himself thinking we have like a championship team. Dude, we don't even have it. It's a first-time head coach. Let's be honest about the Bears. Like Ben Johnson, great coordinator, not a good head coach right now. Makes some bad decisions, not good time management. Like he's not a championship coach. We have to play against the best division in the league. So yeah, that's the point. Give up nothing. I wouldn't give up anything. I would not even give up a 6th-round pick. 6th-round pick is what Brian Robinson was traded for. So Brian Robinson is 25 years old. Raheem Mostert's 33 years old. Don't sell Ladd. You're not going to get anything for him, man. Like, don't. There's no point. Bench him if you have to. I would still start him. Bench him. Stafford wasn't the problem for a while. The best defense in fantasy, kind of Frankenstein, kind of looks like the Seahawks, man. They have a pretty soft schedule, especially with the injuries in that division, like with the issues the Niners are having right now. The Cardinals, they have their number for sure. And like I like their defense. They have a great scheme. They have and also anytime the Seahawks are at home, you fucking play that defense, baby. 12th man. So that's the answer. Manungai sucks. No, Swift can catch out of the backfield. He just can't. I still kind of like Swift. He gets a really bad rap. It's been rough for him in his career. I think he's lost a step because remember, out of Georgia, Swift was he was a first-round pick, or I think it was maybe top 35 pick, so early in the second round. Super, super shifty. I just don't know what happened, bro. Like, Swift is still better than Mostert, bro. Like, you can't tell me, you're going to tell me right now that you think Mostert's better than Swift. Also, Mostert can never stay healthy to save his life, dude. Yes, Swift is more of an ancillary back. I'll give you that. Just traded DK and JK for CD. Oh, you're undefeated. I love that trade, bro. That's how you win fantasy, right? You take advantage of teams that need players now. You need players later. Now you get yourself top 5 wide receiver. Swift is still better. Hey, I'm sorry, Miles. Swift is still way better than Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert has never played. He's played one full season in his life. One in his whole life. Ooh, Fluent. What's the tallest woman you date? The tallest I've been with 6'2". I did date a Polish girl who was 5'10", 5'11", 5'10". She was 6 foot in heels. I'm 6 foot. That's the tallest I've ever dated. That's probably the tallest I'd date, depending on what she looked like. If she was super hot, I'd date a 6'5" woman. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I'd say my height. I don't prefer that tall, though. It's weird. Yeah, 6'2" was strange in bed. Weird. So I'm sorry, I'm a little behind in this chat. There's no way you think that fucking Mostert's better than Swift. I'm sorry. It bothered me, but would it stop me? No comment. So I think you know what that means. I don't know. I'm kind of a dog, so he's at best iffy and pass pro. This Swift conversation. Actually, well, I think that they like Braylon Allen there, though, sub. I would love Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen's a monster. The problem is Braylon Allen's only 21 years old or 20. He was the youngest player in the NFL last year. He's so young. He's a monster, dude. So I think they're going to trade. They're going to trade Breece Hall to get Allen on the field more. That's my thing. But I think they're going to trade Breece Hall because they know they have no hope this year, and Breece Hall could fetch them like a 4th rounder, 3rd rounder, and they don't want to pay Breece Hall, right? Breece Hall already has an ACL injury, and they don't like Breece Hall. I kind of like Breece Hall, but that's the thing. I could see schematically, I could see Raheem fitting the scheme more, but you're looking at a 1-year rental for a team that has no future. That's the move. That's the move. Right now, we just talked ourselves into this right now. The move is Bears trade for Breece Hall. Now, it'd be silly to me because now Breece Hall is not a 1-year rental because you could sign him. He's only 26 years old, 25 years old, 25, I think, out of Iowa State. Good player. An all-purpose back, right? He's good out of the backfield. He's got some pop, too. He's like 215 pounds. That's the move. That's a difference maker. Agreed, Scott. Some of them are solid. Caitlin Clark, gross. She's probably a lesbo. But that's a challenge, so I accept. You're saying Breece, so you're like 25, sub? You're a youngin', huh? I know I look 25, but like I'm actually not 25. Wish I was. He is. Breece is injury prone, but the thing is, you're getting a buy low off a former 1st-round pick. That's the well, sub. I mean, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean she's not a lesbian. Okay, like there's a lot of gay men that have wives, and definitely in the past. And I do believe Jerry Sandusky was married. Just making a point. Jerry Sandusky was married to a woman, and that dude like 8-year-old boys. So you can't just go off if someone's married to somebody if they're straight or gay or what their sexual preference is, right? Ooh, I don't know who this is. Send the name 50, or I can look it up. I'm sure. Not right now. I don't have my phone, but so Braylon Allen's. So you're really young. So can you even drink Sub-Zero? I like you have some pretty banging knowledge for a youngin. I'm not trying to age shame you, right? But like, I much respect, dude. Much respect. Yeah, me and Mouth are pretty old. How old are you, Mouth? Although, like anyone that's like older than me says I'm a youngin, and I can hang with young people. I can hang with old people, dude. I can mix it up, brother. All right, we're approaching 3 hours. You're 40, yeah, I'm 37. I'm gonna hit the 3 hour mark. I got 10 more minutes. Why the fuck not? I love doing these 3 hour. You're not that old, dude. You're also young at heart and young at spirit. I like doing the 3 hour pods. That's an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Even if this doesn't work out, which I know it's going to. I think Sub, I think you know it. I think Mouth, you know it. The other guys, a 3 hour solo pod is like a rarefied air. I feel like even Joe Rogan, like he always has guests, right? And I usually have guests too, but okay. Sophie Cunningham, I'm gonna check her out. I was born in 88, Mark. Yep. 88, bro. Yeah, I banged around in the 80s. You know, I had some good times in the 80s. I sucked on some titties in the 80s. Technically my mother's, but ooh, weird debate. Julian Edelman's better. A lot of people, so I have this debate with people all the time. They want to go off someone's prime and like someone's best 3-year stretch for who's better. I go off like longevity. That's why I think LeBron James is the second best player that's ever played basketball, and debatably almost the first. In Chicago, it's not a popular opinion. I go off of full career opposed to just Cooper Kupp, best 3-year stretch. You know who also had a good 3-year stretch? Michael Thomas. Is Michael Thomas a Hall of Famer? No. Andre Johnson's better than Michael Thomas. But Andre Johnson never had a 3-year stretch like Michael Thomas did. March 26th, bro. You trying to steal my identity, Mark? Is that what you're trying to do? You want my middle name? You want my social security card? You want to bang my wife? Those can all be arranged. I don't think so. If they were not in win now mode, Sub, I think that they would, but they're in win now mode. They paid Kyron. I don't think that people would value Kyron that high. Like he's just a dude. Hey, I think Scott saw my wife on the stream. She's been on here a couple times. She is a very nice blonde, yes. Or maybe you heard me talk about her. I can get it. She'll be on here at some point. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I'm a very lucky man. Luckily, my personality is good because I'm decent looking, but I'm not like, I never got girls for my looks. I feel like it's my uncircumcised dick, apparently, from the one guy in the comment section. Because girls love that. They love that hoodie on the fucking dick. Gross, bro. Although, it's more pleasurable from what I hear to have sex with an uncircumcised. Like if you have an uncircumcised dick, it's more pleasurable. There's more stuff. It's almost like a clitoris. What's not even? I don't even know what I said. Yeah, check out Downtown Sports, Mouse South. Check out Mouse Pod. He's at Iron Eagle on there. It's much more reputable than this fucking show. I will say that. Man, I didn't even have Michael Myers up here the whole time. Or no, it wasn't Michael Myers. I got to put my other thing up. Actually, fuck it at this point. That was the Burbs thing I didn't have up there. Looks bare up there. What the hellante? Some Dark Shuta. It's okay, Mark. You want to switch? You ever seen the movie Face Off? That's pretty classic. Nick Cage and John Travolta. Pretty wacky movie. I think Snake Eyes is worse in terms of like bad 90s movies, but yeah, it's not great. But Nick Cage is entertaining. By the way, did you guys watch the Charlie Sheen thing? Because, like, I didn't know Nick Cage. He was in, like, Charlie Sheen's group. Like, Nick Cage was a crazy partier, man. Like, fucking wild partier. Oh, McCall, Finns fan. No, that's way worse than me being a Bears fan, bro. All right, I got 5 more minutes, gentlemen. So any questions you have, you want to talk about anything, let's do it. Tomorrow night, I will have Story on the show. He has been at a wedding out of town. He has not been on since like Wednesday or Thursday. All my other guests have been fucking busy. I've been loving these solo streams, though. I'm working on getting better, too. This helps. Sub, what generation are you? You're Gen Z? Are you Gen Z? Trying to think what generation that is. Yeah, Freddy Got Fingered is just like awful. It's so bad it's funny though. So yeah, I would recommend it. If you like Tom Green, it's not great. That's probably gonna be a smash from what you said, 50. And for me, if anyone asks me that question, it's always smash. It could be like a dude. It could be like trying to think of an example. Like even Tom Hanks now, smash. Max says, who are the players you see being moved in the next 2 or 3 weeks in terms of like real life? Who could be moved? Who could be moved? Who could be moved? Man, I think I'm too much in the bag to even think right now. Sorry, Max. The guys in the chat can probably help you out with that. You did drop some dimes, Mouth. Some Danny dimes. You definitely grew up in a weird time for politics, Sub-Zero. Very, very weird times for politics. Good comment from Mouth. That's the idea behind this show. Is I want, besides the co-hosting thing, that's going to be the elite tier. But have all you guys on the show. It's real easy. You got to have a laptop that's decent. Co-host on the show. But we're all going to play the same fantasy leagues together. Me and Story will split a team, 14 teams, 12 teams, whatever. We'll do multiple of them. I'll play the same fantasy league. There's a lot of good shit, man. I'm getting new merchandise. Give away that shit for free, by the way. If you're willing to support me, I'm going to give shit back. A lot of good shit. Gonna rip Broncos D anytime and Sutton anytime as well. Ooh, I get down on that, man. What is Broncos anytime D? It's not great, man. That's why I still rent, Sub-Zero. That's why I still rent. I'm in like a grandfather deal at my house. And it's not great. Oh, wow. You did do it from your phone. Okay, there is. Yeah, I guess you can do it from your phone then. And it wasn't terrible. Like this, it wasn't like glitchy or anything. So. Oh. Shit. All right. Well, tomorrow night, probably there's a 6:00 game Central and a 7:15 game. Probably won't go to overtime and be a tie. So I'm guessing the stream will be at 11 o'clock, maybe 10:30 Central time. Usually I put them up early for you new fellas. It'll show the time and then it'll notify you when I'm live, when we're live. And again, this was fun. I can't believe I stayed on this fucking long. I have fucking problems, dude. I'm playing golf tomorrow, though. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. I do have a business meeting, though, for that sponsorship deal that finalizes shit. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a promo code for you guys. Get you the actual site. I'm not going to promote it until it's done deal. Once that going, though, boys, full match deposit. Fucking super fun. My own contest. Professional Fanatics contest. A lot of good stuff there. I'm going to play this clip and I'll talk you out. Appreciate y'all.
You asked to see me. I made your Cajun chicken niblets.
No. You made my year. You have a gift. And a super dope hat. This is cool. All right, boys. Let's go!
Dude, yes, I would definitely go to a furry convention. Like, there's a bunch of sex there, dude. There's so much sex at furry conventions. So yes, and you don't have to see their face. It's essentially like a glory hole without the glory hole. And so yes, I would go there. A lot of nerds, but I'm kind of a nerd as well. So I would do that for sure. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Super fun. I can't believe I did 3 hours. Stay positive. Love your life. Respect each other. Remember, life is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon.